Did you get water?
Oh.
Like
yes.
actual
Oh.
Since I was forced to.
Oh.
I think I'm gonna become immortal though, because I think that during this week, I think I may have managed to only drink the entirety of my cup of water over the course of 3 days this week.
Like one?
Yeah.
One cup of water?
One cup of water
No.
over 3 days. Yeah, it was awesome. And I felt no ill effects whatsoever. So I'm pretty sure
You're not gonna become immortal.
I think I'm doing the British YouTuber guy that's always like exploiting games?
The
Yorkshire tea guy. I'm pretty sure I'm becoming him, but to the human body, because I bet soon I just won't even need water.
Oh my gosh. No. By the way, we started, but hello everyone. We are back with some more to letter. But hold on, let's see. We got. Oh, that's okay. That's okay, Leah. I hope that you're not getting sick too. I know right now it's the flu, cold season.
Try not drinking water. Turns out you might not need it. No water human life run is the totally not most broken run ever. Definitely no exploits to life.
You got 2 hydrate docs from
Leah,
by the way.
Y'all are really ruining my no water challenge.
Why? It's such a dangerous challenge. Okay, we left off on? Oh yeah, right. We're playing as Rebecca now. Alright. And I kind of forgot a little bit of what happened. I think we were just basically... What did we do? We were like at school or something, weren't we? This is like the
weren't we pink hair?
Yeah, pink hair. More like drink water challenge. Okay, thankfully if there's anything left to circle between us after, we won't have to discuss it on the way home. Or rather we can't. Because no sooner than we hit the road, Isabella dozes off. Despite my fall mood, I still end up suppressing laughter once the first sounds of her breathing fill the car. Oh, hello Conrad! Thank you for the hydrate doc as well.
What? Why?
As soon as we start, it begins.
I didn't even get to say words. You know what? Just for that, Conrad. Just for that, you're gonna regret this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna get you. Watch this. Watch this.
We're just like.
Boom!
What
yeah, I
the...
bet you wish you didn't do that now, huh? Yeah,
what the...
that'll teach you.
Thanks for the gift of that.
Yeah, now you're gonna think twice about redeeming a hydrate doc.
I think that might make the more inclined to doing it.
What? Are you saying that my attempts at vengeance are completely ineffective?
I'm not. Yeah. Thanks for the hat. Okay, I think you're. Oh. There it is.
I was about to say my line and I got hydrated again.
Extra hydrates for both of us in the stretch.
10 minutes later, I still can't say my line because they keep just spamming hydrate doc.
I want to hydrate Lena too. Yeah, actually, Lena's is combined with mine, so you have a hydrate too, Lena. Hydrate.
Good.
Water.
Dang it! I thought I could get away.
No, if I can't get away, nobody can get away.
We all have to hydrate.
We suffered together.
Hydrate, chat, redeem, when.
All of them. Alright,
Mama?
Not your mom, Isabella. Slow and steady, the quiet rhythm so completely unlike her, so far removed from every impression anyone has of her. A few faint whispers will occasionally come from her, but otherwise, it's just us, the silence, and it's so utterly unexpected. Still welcome break, of course. Peace and quiet is one thing you rarely get with her around. Yet, it's nowhere near comforting. It merely lends the air to strange clarity, every little sound, every single movement. More palpable. I didn't even use that word. And with it comes the unease. A jolt of surprise hits me. It's almost comical if this were a different situation. In my haste, I accidentally dislodged my mobile from its seat on the dashboard when I swipe on the screen. Soon, I'm scrambling blindly for it with my other hand while keeping a steady eye on the road ahead. You should be driving and really using your phone.
Nah, she's a professional. She's
No!
got this.
I like that Doc isn't even an action figure anymore. Oh yeah, he's just a head now.
Oh my god.
Oh, thank you, Hydrate. For all of us, Leah. A voice crackles from the loudspeakers before I can put it back. Although muffled heavily by the surface, I recognize the person on the other line from her chipper tone alone. Hello? Miss Cooper. Oh, you're still awake. Evening.
It's Rose.
I know. I hope I didn't disturb you or anything. I know it's a bit late. Sorry about that. I just want to check on you and Isabella. That girl's still not answering her mobile. Were you able to meet up with her? Yes, she's with me. We're on our way home. Hello? What was that again? I can't hear you properly. Sorry, let me just fix this dumb phone. Me. My hand stops dead for a moment. Oh no, Ned begins. I spared the device a brief glance, waiting. Seconds pass. Nothing happens though. Frankly, I'm not sure what I'm expecting, but the lines of my mouth forms into a frown regardless. Miss Cooper? Yes, still here. Did you say something? Just that I didn't get the last part? What were you saying again? No, I thought you... Never mind. Must be the signal acting up. Me. Come again? What? Is everything alright over there?
Stop it!
Oh, oh, Small! Misu! Okay, hold on. Small, I am going to
Yes,
transform
no, you
into...
must be an action figure.
I am action figure size here. Here we go. Small! Here I am. I'll do that for like a little bit. You can't even like see me. Certainly, is something wrong? Why wouldn't... Okay, you seem to be busy. If this isn't a good time, I can just call you back some other... Help me! I have to make a conscious effort not to panic right then and there, although my tight hold on the steering wheel tells a different story altogether. Miss Cooper? Rose? Hey, Rose, are you still there? Only a burst of static answers me and... Oh, I was not expecting that.
Me too.
Maybe this lapse is entirely because of exhaustion. It has been a long day, and I haven't fully recovered from last week's bout of flu, contrary to what I've been telling people. Though perhaps had I paid closer attention to it, had I not been so occupied with other thoughts, I probably would have noticed earlier. But it never came from my phone. Oh no. But from somewhere right behind me. You might not do a jump scare, I swear. I swear.
Do it.
Oh, of course. Oh, okay. I thought she was gonna continue. Help me, please. Time slows to a crawl. Looking up is a mistake.
Oh my god.
First thing I see is its face. Ghastly shade, every inch battered, bruised, and bloodied. Even in the darkness and the world passing by in the blur of lights outside, I can still make out the wounds. Blood still oozes from it, little trails of crimson running down its face, glistening under what little light there is. But it is the gleam in its eyes that catches mine. Quiet plea, the anguish and desperation in them, more than its hideous features and the awful stench of gore now soaking the air. Try as I might, I can't bring myself to look away. Even as its lips contort into a horrific smile. Even as a sharp, harsh noise pierces the air and the silence around us.
It is funny.
Oh no! Oh my god! Huh?
Car! Eyes on the road!
Oh shoot. I guess everything I've been taught and I've constantly reminded myself. I close my eyes.
Yes, drive while closing your eyes.
Oh
Good
my-
idea.
We're gonna die! It's a brief moment. A short vivid second of muscle memory and instinct completely taking over. If I didn't allow it, if my hands didn't move and my feet didn't hit the brakes in that exact second, I might have... Isabella and I might have... No. I shake the notion away before I lose myself in it. Right now, it's an ugly line of thought I refuse to venture into. Not when breathing is a struggle, and every ounce of strength has been totally drained from my body. Most definitely not while Isabella's panicked voice beside me still rings in my ears. We're alive. We're safe. That's all that matters. But it's not her face that I look for when I finally open my eyes. All gone. I expected stains, little telling marks and creases on the covers to show me where it sat not a second ago. But whatever it is, it left not a single trace. And though courage is a hard thing to gather at this point, I take what little of it remains in me and turn towards the back seat. Even then, there's none. Alright, let me get the big self now. I'm like still tiny. Alright, here we go. I'm back to regular size now. Oops, okay. Oh, was there really something in there in the first place? With how empty it is, I'm beginning to doubt it. The stupid flu again. Oh yeah, it's just the flu. It's making you see things. I need a long rest after this. My hands fall uselessly to my sides, numb from how taut my grip on the wheel has gone, yet still trembling from an unexpected rush of adrenaline. Against my ears, my heart still pounds in erratic rhythm, and my breathing hasn't slowed down. But the world is already righted itself without waiting for me, and little by little, second after second, as I sit here motionless, color begins to seep back around me. Along with it are sounds and a voice, no longer the indistinct ringing it was earlier.
Rebecca? Becca? Are you okay? Answer me, will you? You're scaring me. You know what? I think we should just call a taxi since...
Can you keep it down? Strained, harsh, and completely unintentional. But with heat prickling at the back of my eyes and a mild throbbing in my temple, I could honestly do with a little silence for now.
Keep it down? We almost crashed, Becca!
I know what happened. It was a lapse. I'm sorry.
A lapse? You call that a lapse? Becca, I really don't want to end up a mangled mess on the side of the road. Or a mangled mess anywhere. All I'm asking, if the time ever comes, which I hope it isn't right now, is a peaceful death. Give that one to me at least. Not that I'm asking for it, but please?
Isabella, Belle, you're overreacting. If you're so worried, why don't you drive?
I don't have a license.
I keep telling you to get one, didn't I? For the past 5 years. Do you see why now?
I wasn't really expecting to stay here this long. I thought it'd just be for a year or two.
All of a sudden, a pensive mood comes over her. Isabella looks away then, while what's left of my little lecture never crosses the tip of my tongue. I don't allow it to, because in each of those words she let loose earlier is a small truth. Her stay has always been meant to be something fleeting. Earn some good money, go home, is what she'd tell herself during her first year here. Now, half a decade later, I'm not sure if she still believes that. Even I'm not sure if I still believe it. And if there's something in her reasons that has changed along the way, even if I already have a hunch, it's one thing I'll never bother to ask. Okay, I can keep my eyes open. It's okay. Have a good night. Sleep well, Leah. Thanks for like hanging out for a little bit. Take care. Before you go, hydrate, Doc.
Oh no!
Sleep well. Have a good weekend too. Those are hers to keep. I'll be careful this time, I promise. Just please, can we give this whole thing a rest for now? She nods, and that is the end of it. Yep. Rest well. We spend the rest of the trip back to Salem well in silence. Our thoughts have been overactive, Overactive imagination playing tricks on a flu-addled mind, and the smiles never meant for my eyes, abandoned if only for a brief moment. October 25th, Tuesday. It begins innocently enough. Tuesday mornings arrives like any other day before it, bright and clear. Even though it comes with an extra helping of the unusual October weather, I appreciate being able to catch a glimpse of the clear skies lately. After going through a bout of sickness last week, it does something to lift the mood of what would otherwise be a dreary morning. And despite being mostly a creature of habit, I wind up waking earlier than usual because of it. Still not earlier than Isabella, it appears. I would assume she'd take a day or two off because of what happened to Miss Cooper, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I saw the morning news just from her unit when I walked past on the way to my mailbox. Chances are, around this hour, she's already dressed and ready to go, probably just waiting for the next bus to arrive. I've tried following her example before, but I don't think I'll be repeating that. Really, how can anyone be up before the sun is up? That's my question too, I can't do that.
How can you be up when the sun is up?
That too. It's a habit she got from home, she said, instilled in her by the kind of life she grew up in. The clockwork, it's always at 4 a.m., either to help with the chores or prepare her little siblings for school. It surprised me the first time. She didn't look like someone who could. I'll wake up when the sun is down.
Now that's the way to live. The hell with the damn sun. Who the hell wants that thing?
I remember, like, well, before daylight savings, like, I would, like, after work, I had to take our dog out to the bathroom, and then, you know how dark it is outside? I'm like, oh, I can't even see anything.
I'd be like, oh hell yeah, sweet, yeah, F the sun.
Except,
Bring on the night.
I think there was a funny moment. Well, not really funny, but I was like, I took him outside once, right? And
Yeah.
then there was a bird that was like right like in front of me. It couldn't see me. I couldn't see it, so it almost hit me. And it was like, oh shit! We like scared each other, and then it flew away.
That's awesome.
And I was like, the poor bird. Oh, I didn't even see that. Thanks for the gift, so. Thanks for the
I'm
sun.
waiting for an evil mad scientist to one day like do a weather control thing that'll block the sun out.
Wait a second. We
What?
need the
That's not
sunlight.
very thankful.
Here's some water return. Thanks, Melanie.
Yeah. I want an evil mad scientist to like launch
No.
up this big thing that'll like block the sun.
No, that'd be
It'll be
bad.
awesome. Then we won't get sunburn anymore, Mizuki.
Yeah, but like,
No sunburn. It's great.
but the plants, the crops.
We'll just like put on some lights for them. It'll be fine.
But
Look,
they
they'll
get the
just learn to
source.
live without the sun, like how my body's learning to live without water.
Oh my
Fine.
gosh.
If I can do it, I think the plants can do it too.
No, that's terrible. Oh my gosh. In the end, I've simply passed it off as one of the many things anyone would have to get used to around her. Not that I'll ever fully understand. I'm my parents' only child. We aren't well off, but so far I've lived a relatively easy life. I didn't have to think about bills or food for the next day, of paying for any siblings' tuition on top of my own, or supporting a sick father's medication. All I have to worry about were my grades. If it gained mom and dad's approval, or what would we be having for dinner. When put next to hers, they all pale in comparison. They look less like problems and more like petty issues this way. Huh, petty issues. But as unimportant as it all sounds, sometimes its ugly head rears at the most inappropriate moments.
Why are you guys so obsessed with making me drink?
Thanks for the hydrates and the posture check and stretch, Conrad. And sometimes they come through your mailbox in the form of a fancy-looking letter, pretty ribbons and all. Whoever sent this has spent silly money on the envelope alone.
Ooh.
That is a nice looking envelope.
Oh wow, look at that. Thanks for the ooh. Verging on ridiculous, really. I can already imagine Isabella wrinkling her nose when she sees this. Then she'll complain about unnecessary expenses and rich people problems. I'm almost
I'd
afraid
be
to touch
excited
it
to get a letter
myself.
like this.
I'll probably be like, what
They're
is this?
Ooh.
4. As if simply brushing a hand against its crisp surface would be enough to put a crease on it. It'll be a terrible slight to the sender.
I
Yes.
would, if I got a letter like this, I would, I would probably take the opportunity to be very silly. I would like go find a top hat and a monocle to wear.
Just to open it.
I would be like talking all like fancy voice. I'd be like, this letter deserves the occasion. I'd be like, I say, harumph.
But extravagant as I find this, it isn't really the first time I've received one. Well, most of the time it's not even for me, so who am I to complain? Either way, no look of surprise crosses my face once I flip the envelope over to see my parents' name written in neat script.
Oh wait, somebody
Oh.
redeemed Uwu.
No, that's yours.
Yeah, we got a Uwu.
No.
I have to honor the Uwu, Misuki. I
Oh
don't want to
my
rip them off of
gosh.
300 whole channel points.
Something new then. You're using I could think naturally profit various connections, people from other fields, art, science, business, politics, you name it. This one though gives off a much personal vibe. Letters like this usually come from old students, people who've grown fond of my parents, and they in turn treat like children of their own. I've only met a few of them. Most have moved on to become successful in their chosen careers, and little letters like this are their way of expressing gratitude. It's one thing Mom and Dad are proud of, rightfully so, and I'm happy for them. But there are times I wish they remember they have a daughter here. The real one. Not that it's of any importance now. It's not like they didn't raise me well and provided for me. They did. I wouldn't be where I am now if it weren't for their hard work. And like a dutiful child, I do everything I can to give back. Even if it's as small as thing as letting them know they've got another mail waiting for them. Her phone rings for a good minute before someone answers. Mom, her voice is warm as I remember.
Oh, Lena should do this voice.
You wanna be Mom, Lena?
I'm gone.
Did she say I'm gone?
I'm gone. Do you wanna be Mom?
Becca?
Oh, okay. That's a good mom voice. Hi, Mom. How's the conference going?
Well enough, Uwu.
No.
Until your Da sprained his ankle. Oh my!
Oh, no. Is it bad? Oh, he can be Dad too.
I'm alright. In case anyone in this family cares to listen, I'm alright, Uwu. Very much alive, darling. There you have it, dear. He'll be up and walking in a few weeks. Don't worry, Uwu.
Oh my.
We're going to have to extend our stay here until it heals, though. Is something the matter? Oh,
Oh.
oh.
Nothing big. Just that this mail arrived for you this morning. A lie. Thankfully, she doesn't notice. Although, if I'm going to be honest, a small part of me yearns for her to do so and ask me about it. But I put down that idea almost as soon as it surfaces. It's a woo in my dreams. I should make them
Haunted
fret.
by the
They're
sound of
busy.
me saying ooh.
Oh no, it's just like echoing. Ooh.
Somebody in Lena's dream just sees her running down the hallway. Lena, where are you running from? She just points down the hallway. You can hear the echo of my ooh ooh. That. What does it say? Less than sign numeral 3?
What?
That's a heart.
Oh. Raise your glasses. Give cheers to the good times. Blah blah.
Becca, manners. That isn't how I taught you to read. You have to say ooh ooh
No.
at the end of every sentence.
No, Mom.
Ooh ooh. That's how I taught you to read.
Sorry. You're accordingly.
Sorry, what? I think you meant sorry, ooh ooh.
That's an invitation, Mom, for a housewarming party. From, Hannah? The name rings a bell, but at the moment I can't recall when or where I've heard it. recently. It must be nothing too important if I didn't bother committing it to memory. There are a lot of Hannahs in the world, so who knows?
Hannah, Hannah.
She also wrote you a note, Mom. Says you used to be her private tutor at the Evans mansion, and that she misses you and would love to see you two again. It makes my heart clench to read another openly say those words to them, the same ones I want to tell them. I want to see you too. It's been years since we've been together as family, and if there's one thing that hasn't changed from childhood, it's that Mom and Dad are still busy with their respective careers. Out of country, away at some meeting, a symposium, sometimes for months on end. It only grew more frequent with the years, until I'm old enough to live on my own. I like to think that's how I've become independent at such a early age. They've always praised me for that. At times, I wish she didn't.
Evans? Ooh? Ah, I remember now. Honey, it's Hannah. Hannah Evans? Remember? Bright girl? 2 years older than Becca? Didn't she get married a few years ago? 7 now, I think. But they grow up so fast, these kids. Yeah, she invited us to that too. Fonte de Medici. But we missed that one because you had to present your paper in Singapore. Ah, yes. My theorem of uwu in linguistics. I remember that paper. They loved it at the conference.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, I remember though. We did send her a note after. Still a shame we couldn't attend though. What is it about this time? She sent another invite for a housewarming party. Becca, when is it?
This Friday, Mom.
Oh, that's too bad, Owo. We'd love to be there, but Ta's not in a condition to go walking around. I guess we'd have to decline again. I really miss that girl.
I I could go in your place. I let it slip without thinking. Personally, I've never been fond of gatherings, regardless of how simple it make it seem. But if there's one thing I hate hearing, that disappointed note in Mom's voice always ranks first. Whether it's directed at me or some other thing doesn't matter.
Are you sure? Don't you have work this Friday?
The event will be in the evening, Mom. It shouldn't take anything away from my schedule. It's alright. The invite's for 2 people. I can bring someone with me so things don't get boring.
I see. Maybe you can also invite Ashton. That boy you love, but actually he loves somebody else.
Mom, that's a sure no from him. I know what you're talking about. He hates attending parties. But I'll see what I can do. If not, I can always bring Isabella with me. You know her. She won't say no if there's food involved. Same. I just want the food. I'm out.
Okay, if it's not going to be a big problem for you, I don't see why not. We owe you this one, darling.
No problem, Mom. I'll even say hi to Hannah for you.
Oh, look at that happy face.
Oh.
Please do, and let her know we'd love to see her once we're back in the city. Leave her our number or something, ooh.
I will.
But you know, the two of you would have become really good friends. Don't you remember? You met with her once, if my memory serves me right. You were 12 then? Remember? She was talking about the poors?
I don't remember that one. This too, I can't recall. It's probably one of those meetings where we only talked a bit before going on our ways. If she did leave an impression, I'm pretty sure I would have written about it somewhere, or at least recognized her name. As it is, the only few people I remember clearly from that time in my life is Ashton and Mandy. To some extent. One must have sensed my confusion because she laughs.
Don't push yourself too hard, darling. Really, it felt like having 2 daughters back then. Sometimes I wish they didn't send her away to boarding school. But well, you know how it often goes with them. Shame. I liked her as a daughter best.
What'd you say, Mom?
Oh, nothing, dear. Anyway, try talking to her while you're there.
We'll see. I'll let you know what happens after.
I'm looking forward to it, darling. Take care of yourself.
Will do. You too, Mom. Bye. Tell Dad to be careful next time. She chuckles then. A hearty one, tender and always light on my ears. She may be a stern teacher, but this is the part of her I love the most. The sound of it still echoes even as our call comes to an abrupt end, bringing with it a memory of so many years ago.
You
Well,
barely hear in the background of the call before hanging up. Oh, was that a letter from Hannah, our daughter?
Oh,
No, dear, that she's not our daughter. Rebecca is. Oh, right, Rebecca is the
Oh,
other daughter, the
no.
second least favorite.
Oh, not like
Oh
this.
dear, I haven't hung up yet. Bye, bye, Rebecca. You didn't hear anything. Bye.
It's terrible. When life responsibilities that accompany adulthood are things far from our minds. If given a chance, I'd love to go back to those. I don't dwell on it though, shaking it all away almost as soon as the memory forms a clear picture in my head. I've always wondered how Isabella can easily pretend everything is normal over a phone call, and bounce back to her usual self immediately after. I've seen her do it plenty of times. For me, it just drains whatever energy I have. With a whole day of teaching still ahead of me, I can't afford to look exhausted in front of my students. Even for a wee bit, it's never a good example to set. So, with another sigh, I put everything in the back of my mind and head back to my room. The rest of my day waits. 13 minutes later, I'm heading back out. Just for the day, my car keys in hand. Ordinarily, I don't stop for anything. There's never a need to. That's the beauty of this apartment complex. It's quiet, and everyone keeps to themselves. No useless platitudes in the morning, no need to wear a smile on your face, lest other people are nosy enough to ask. Today, however, the morning broadcast still plays from Isabella's room. My brisk pace slows to a stop, and a frown gradually forms on my face. She hasn't left? Of course, this isn't unusual. There were times when I've left earlier than she did, like last Friday, before their open house. But those days are few and far between. It only happens in dire circumstances, so the last part of that might be a bit of an exaggeration. However, with what's happened in the last few days, maybe today is one. The death of a friend isn't something anyone can brush off. For someone like Isabella's the kind who gets attached to people easily. With Zachary, Ashton, and I, that has been the case. I can't imagine what she might be going through right now, especially when a woman was someone she owed a lot, despite their training being brief. I've given her the space last night and deference, but perhaps today might be the proper time to check on her? Well, whatever. I've still got time anyway. With light steps, I move closer to her door, hand already posed to knock. Still, I don't do so until I hear her answer me. Isabella? Belle, are you in there? No answer. After a second, I finally knock, lightly so I don't disturb her in case she's sleeping and has merely left the telly running last night. Never mind how she never lets that happen, ever. Waste of electricity and all. I just want to check on you before I leave. Is that okay? Are you going to work today? Belle? Still nothing. I'm about to leave. If you want, I can drop you off. Another round of knocking. Then I'm fishing out a copy of her key from my bag and unlocking the door. That's a cool key.
Yeah.
Oh. She lent it years ago, after I complained about the mess and offered my help in cleaning up. I thought the gesture was completely unnecessary back then. After all, I could always knock. But she never did bother taking them for me, always returning it or turning away from conversation whenever I insist. At one point, I've simply stopped trying to hand it back to her. Isabella, I'm coming in, alright? Without waiting for her answer, I push the door open and step inside. Her unit's still a mess. Instant noodle cups on the table, pub clothes on one side, papers thrown about everywhere, and an unkept bed among other things. This much is a given, will always be a given. I've been here several times already, and I still wonder how she can function like a human being with the place in the state. However, that's neither here nor there. I'm not sure what I'm expecting, but it's certainly not finding an empty flat. Granted, she could have left earlier, far earlier than usual. But she never ever leaves without making sure she's unplugged everything. It's something she doesn't forget to do. It doesn't help that her bathroom appears unused this morning. Another habit, it can only mean that she hasn't been here since. Last night? Perhaps even since the morning after Miss Cooper's death? Either idea doesn't sit well with me, well with the news we've been hearing lately. You wanna be a reporter?
Oh, the authorities are still trying to find the cause of death for all the victims. Early investigation revealed most of them were employed under Briar Realty Corporation at the time of death. Meanwhile, BRC has refused to comment on this.
Getting my wits, I immediately place the call to her mobile. It rings for a good a minute, the sound of comfort in itself, but when another minute rolls by without her answering... Well, I'm not a woman prone to panicking. Some bots a temper maybe, but never panic, despite how I may sound when speaking. When I ultimately go straight to her voicemail, a sigh is the only thing I let out. Pause doesn't last long, though. And the next moment, my fingers are already moving across the screen, in search of the two people who might be able to help. It's Ash's number I find first, and dial. Call it a habit, but even Isabella thinks he's dependable when the situation calls for it, despite how much they give each other grief. That already says a lot about him. Just Zachary, but around this hour he's probably still sleeping. If he has freelance work, it's very likely he's just gotten himself in bed. He's the last person I want to bother, if anything. The wait doesn't take long. Soon a click, then Ash's voice echoes through the receiver, rough but still heavy with sleep. He never did grow fond of mornings.
Becca? Christ, what time is it? What's up?
Not you, apparently.
A good one. Did you call this early just to make that joke?
Yes. I'm just kidding. No.
I'm going back to sleep.
No, Ash, hold on. This is important.
Becca, stakeout. Last night. Make this quick. I've still got a few hours before the chief bothers me.
Sorry, I'll let you go back to sleep after. It's just that... Wait, you weren't on stakeout last night?
Did I say that? Oh, shit. Forget I said that. Forget I said anything. Forget we had this conversation.
So you have no idea?
About what? I also have no idea why we're talking so early in the morning, so there's that.
No, will you stop sleep talking or whatever for a second? Belle didn't come home last night. She's gone.
Who?
Isabella! Instead of an answer, a brief pause comes after, followed by something blunt and heavy hitting a hard surface and a string of rather colorful curses from him.
Fuck, bullshit bastard.
The moment might have been one of the money things I'll keep to myself and remember fondly in the next few days if things aren't the way they are. When he picks up again, there's no trace of sleep left in his voice.
Say that again, from the top.
Isabella's gone, Ash. She didn't come home last night. Her flat's empty. She left her telly running. You know she doesn't do that, and...
Okay, Becca, stop. Calm down first. You're starting to panic.
Am not.
You are. Breathe. One person's not going to simply disappear like that. This is Isabella we're talking about.
Not to telly.
You know shit's bad if someone's at the telly on. Did you try calling her?
What do you think is the first thing I did?
What a stupid question, Ash.
She stopped picking up. It went to her voicemail.
How about Zach? Did you check with him?
Not yet. I didn't want to bother him. We know he has trouble sleeping and all that.
Alright, I'll go ask Zach. I'll call you back.
No, wait. Calling in this generation? I don't know, it's texting. He ends the call before I can utter a single word of protest. But for the first time since entering this room, tension is gone from my shoulders, and my breathing has eased. The bed creaks as I sink down on it with a sigh. The telly still blares the same uninteresting news. I'm surrounded by clutter. All the same, it feels strangely calm to be here without worry nagging at me. I have to apologize to Zaki later for sending Ashton his way this early. But for now, relying on the ladder for this isn't the wrong choice. It never will be. It's something I won't ever doubt in him, much like his promises. And true to his words, he calls back only a few minutes after the last one has ended.
She's with Zach.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. She could at least send a message last night.
Isn't this why it's called a letter? What are you, her mother?
It's one to hear that from Isabella, but from Ashton? I don't want to hear anything like that from you.
I'm serious. You've got to stop treating her like she's one of your students, Becca. You don't have to keep tabs on her every time. Last I checked, she's only 3 years younger than the two of us. That's almost a decade gap from those kids you're teaching, you know?
Says the person who keeps calling her Scaredy Cat.
That's not related at all. Anyway, I'll go check how she's doing. Don't stress yourself out. You go head to work.
Wait, you? Don't you have a precinct to be at? Whatever happened to not treating her like one of my students? Because if anyone's going to ask me, I think you're doing the same thing.
Zach said it's an emergency. Something happened last night.
Emergency?
He didn't put it in those exact same words, but it sounded like it.
Ash, what really happened? Is Isabella fine?
She's alright. She's safe. Zach let her stay the night after she... Look, okay. Z-Man wasn't clear about it, but let me handle this. I'll check on her. I'll bring her home.
It sounds like a lie if I've ever heard one. The sort where he omits things so people won't fret, and I'm not sure whether I should be happy he cares that much to do that. There shouldn't be a need for this between us, is there? We grew up together, didn't we? He knows I'm capable of at least hearing out the truth without it gnawing at me for the rest of the day. He knows me better than that. I know him better than that. Frankly, there's plenty of other things to say about this. But despite and after all the trouble he went through, with how things are moving at the moment, only one thought occurs to me. What should I say? I can handle it. Sorry for the trouble.
What the Why?
Hello, Lindo. Thank you for the hydrate, Doc.
We should do whatever Lindo doesn't want to do.
Thank you for yeeting into the chat too. How are you?
I'm a yeet Lindo.
Oh no! Those are fighting words.
Doc versus Masuki, round 1, fight.
Good, just relaxing. That's good. I'm doing good. Yeah, just going through the story a bit. So should we do I can
maybe
handle?
sorry for the trouble to not be confrontational.
Yeah, I would say that too. Okay, I recognize his concern for what it is. It's not new for him to go out of his way for us, and to be honest, this is what I love about him. As much as I would have loved to take this off his hands, it'd only be selfish of me to insist, considering he knows of my other commitments. To do so feels like I'd be trampling on that kindness he seldom offers to anyone. Sorry for putting you up to this.
Nah, don't mention it. You've got other things you need to worry about. Take care of those first. This is a small thing.
I still owe you one.
Oh, I can name a few things you can do about that. You know, there's this ice cream shop that opened near the movie house. I could use...
Okay, let's stop right there. That's enough. On second thought, maybe I'll just think about it some other time.
Harsh.
We both laugh, to sound lighter and more comfortable. Like the old days, when a wayward 26-year-old is at the bottom of the list we need to worry about. This is how we find a common ground. We may not agree on a lot of things. We may say things the the way the others does, but the give and take is something we've learned to get used to over the years. Whenever it's like this, confidence in him is the least I can offer as thanks. Really, thanks for this, Ash.
I'll let you know what happened afterwards, I promise. I'll call you later. You have a good day. Bye.
I admit, the way he puts it isn't comforting enough. He can be blunt like that. So many unknown variables, so many words left unsaid. I wish he'd simply laid them all out in the open. Because like this, I'm more inclined to think there's an exaggeration on the other's part. If it's from Zachary or Ashton, I don't know. In the end, all I can do is wait, go about my day, and hope for the best. Before leaving, I spared Isabel's room one last glance. It was suddenly quiet now without her in it. I'll get answers from her later. For now, my concerns are best left here. The rest of the day slips away in a blur. Despite my best efforts in keeping this morning's events from surfacing in my mind, it sticks. In a way, everything today simply feels like a reminder. Every conversation, regardless of how casual, every topic, no matter how mundane it seems. I blame the news entirely for this. Recent happenings brought quite a few interesting stories to everyone's attention, mostly superstitious talk of death. And when locals talk about death here, anyone can sure as heck count on someone bringing up that mansion Isabella sold not a few weeks ago. Even my own students won't stop yapping about it. I think it's even worse than when it was put back up in the market. Now there are more stories. If this is the world reminding me of what matters simply because the atmosphere around this time of the year calls for it, I'd rather take the latter. At least then, I can be sure people will forget about it in favor of other set of holidays after. Nevertheless, and this may be a painful thing to admit, but listening to them is a pleasant distraction while waiting for Ashton's call. I hope he didn't forget. School's day is about to end soon.
Nah, that's nothing with what. That's got nothing with what I heard.
You want me? You want? I can be the female student.
Oh, yeah, I don't mind.
Okay.
Or Lena could be the female student.
Hell.
Just you try to throw hands.
Please, no. Let's not be hasty. We can talk this out, please. Anything but that.
Okay, I can be the female
Have a heart.
You always hear stuff. I'm not sure if half of them's even real.
No, really. Rowan knows about it. He used to be in the same class as them. I can hear you from back here, you know. Whatever, Rowan. Anyway, the story goes like this. There were 3 of them. They entered the mansion on a dare, and they were all never seen again. No one knows what happened to them, up to this day. Scary shit, man.
I'd say cock and bull story.
Oh wait! Oh, you said it! You said it! Yeah! Yeah!
Calling it now. Oh no! I said
if only
it.
Ione was here. When Ione comes, you have to say it again.
Oh no! 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 I'm gonna forget.
Yay. No, you can't do that to Ione. Ione would want to hear it.
They can they can watch the VOD.
No, you don't get it. It's better in real time.
Oh no! I know I said it, Minami. Oh no! Oh wait! Oh, you said that already?
Yeah. Why, Conrad?
Thanks, Conrad. I remember the first time I missed you swaying by accident. Oh yeah, that was funny.
Bans Conrad from chat. Why don't you ask Miss Gales then? Better yet, why don't you go inside the place? I'm betting my allowance you can't do it.
Their talk immediately halts when I look up, all of them suddenly pretending to be engrossed in their current activity. Still, a word to put a stopper to this nonsense is needed. Oh, thank you so much for the hydrate, Conrad. Creativity and imagination fostered by these stories is one thing, A reckless idea should be corrected before anything potentially tragic comes from it.
What? No! Encourage all the
No!
students to go to the mansion.
No,
Yes.
don't!
In fact, have a field
No.
trip to the mansion.
That's terrible. No.
Yes. Encourage them to read any and all strange documents that they find lying around.
No.
Encourage them to take selfies and post them to all social media of any strange documents that they find.
No. Back to your
Also
worksheets, everyone.
encourage them to run around with scissors too.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's terrible. I don't want to hear any talks of dares or going inside that mansion. It's private property now.
Wink.
No.
Yeah, wink.
You
to
all
indicate
better stay
she
away
really
from it.
Doesn't mean it.
Before y'all get hurt or die. At the noise, the whole lot of them go silent. You can almost hear a pin drop. The look on their faces would have made for a funny picture, but that's irrelevant at the moment. If that was a student loitering around, someone's going to be in trouble. I'll be back. If you're done, you can leave your worksheets on my desk. Keep the noise to a minimum while I'm gone, okay? I can sense their eyes on me as I walk out the door. A muted kind of anticipation. A bit unnerving, but it's far more agreeable than the feeling of being watched I've been enduring these past few days. Class is still in session for most of the rooms. In a few hours, once the final bell rings, however, this place will once again be filled with busy chatter and footfalls, an everyday cycle in itself. But for a moment, I let the signs guide me, my ears focusing on whatever sounds there are, or there will be, searching for that distinct clanging of metal. A good minute passes, and for a portion of it, only my steps echoes through the halls. And another. I'm about to turn around when... Don't open up that locker.
Do it.
No! The sound of it halts my footsteps. It's a little muffled and infrequent, but it grows louder after each interval. With the hallway devoid of people, if I don't put a stop to it soon, it'll start to disturb while the class is still going on. Looking for it doesn't take long. Let me save, so yeah. All I do is follow the racket, and shortly I'm standing in front of a nondescript row of unoccupied lockers. Oh no, don't open it! Don't open it! And from inside one of them, sitting in the middle, comes the noise. Annoyingly and disruptive now that I'm facing it. Like someone's pounding on the metal door from the inside, hoping to get out. Oh god. Leaning forward, I try to get a glimpse of the horizontal slates of whatever's causing it. But in this light, only darkness greets me, in another round of clinging.
I have an idea.
Yeah?
I think Rebecca could easily determine what's inside the locker by taking a knife and poking it through the slats.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then based on the screams that come from the locker, you could probably determine, who it is.
Or at least like maybe a ruler or something. You could stick it through the little like slots and just poke and stuff.
A knife is fun here.
Okay, I'll take that. Sounds like a good idea to me. Right. Louder than previous one. More desperate. I've heard stories before, from other schools, from a few colleagues who had to deal with it once or twice. Although personally, I've never encountered one myself. I can only thank the heavens I haven't yet. But if this is some other student stuffed in a locker,
then you're a nerd.
And with a huff, I straightened up and studied it briefly for a frown. Without delay, I reached for its handle and I would just use a chainsaw. At once, it stops, immediately replaced by a muffled sound of a mobile phone ringing. I give the door a few raps before taking my attention away. A second. Another. When nothing or no one responds, I finally avert my eyes and I pull out my mobile. Ashton's voice greets me from the other end of the line, oddly cheerful in light of this morning's matters.
So, do you think the ghost was in the locker and the ghost was like, "Oh fuck, I'm actually stuck in this locker. I can't get out. Please.
Crap, can you get me out?"
Help! I was trying to be creepy before with the help,
Yeah.
but I legitimately need help.
I can't get out. Let me out.
I'm actually stuck. I promise I'll stop haunting you if you get me out of the locker.
I think so. Maybe because I'm just expecting some grave or serious news from him. Instead, I get this.
Hey, Becca.
Well, you sound happy.
I do? My voice still sounds the same to me.
There are only two things I know of that could be the reason for that tone. Sweets, or he's gotten a good lead in his case. From the sound of it, I'm going to assume it's the former, since lately that case is all that's running inside his head. If there's ever a third one, I've never heard of it. Yet. It can only be one of the two. Ignore that. How's Isabella?
Already home. Sorry, I didn't get to call you earlier. I had to head to the precinct after.
That's alright. Is she okay now?
I'm not really sure. She didn't say anything to Zach, but she mentioned a plan to take a few days off from work. It was a passing comment before I left her, so I didn't get to ask.
It must be because of Rose's death.
Could be. It doesn't seem like it from Zach's story, though. He said she was shaking when she got there.
Shaking? The word triggers a memory. From 3 days ago, on the way home from her little treat after she sold the mansion, I didn't think much of it at the time, but I won't lie, it scared me. The terrified look on her face, how she sounded when she suddenly screamed.
Becca? Still there?
Yeah, I just remembered something. Sorry, don't mind me.
Look, if you can talk to her, get the story out of her, that would be great. She wouldn't talk to Zach or even me when I tried. Maybe she'll speak up if it's you?
I'll give it a go, but I can't promise anything, okay? You know how stubborn she can get. But thanks for letting me know about this. If you want, I can get you the ice cream thing you mentioned tonight, as thanks. Just as thanks for all the trouble I've caused today.
Believe me, I'd love to take you up on that offer. But I've got something on my shed to see. I hate the fact that he's trying
Yeah.
to abbreviate that. That is a sin. There's no way to read that doesn't sound
Yeah,
awful.
yeah, it's hard.
I'm going to restart this message and I'm going to pronounce it correctly like he should have. Believe me, I'd love to take you up on that offer, but I've got something on my schedule this evening. Maybe some other time. Thanks a lot, Becca.
I left my sketch in my shed. It's so hard to say.
Yeah, I've never heard somebody like abbreviate it that way.
Yeah.
And I'm glad because it's just evil.
There's a short pause before he cuts the call from his end, and once again I'm alone with my thoughts. Rather than answers, all I got from him are questions. More of them, one on top of the other, as if the world isn't planning to give me a break anytime soon. But that's a problem I'll tackle later. Right now I've got students who need to be taught folios of eavesdropping, with a slightly open door and a smug laughter from inside as an indication. Alright, enough eavesdropping. All of you, back to your seats. Is that your boy? Oh, you want me to be the female student? Or you want
you
to?
can do it.
Is that your boyfriend, Miss Gales? None of your business.
That face.
He totally is. A quick scuffle follows that comment. It is a retort prayer to the tip of my tongue. I drop every pretense of feeling it. Oh, did you pet her?
Oh no, that wasn't her getting me again.
Oh.
Fell from ah!
Well, thanks for the simplified chibi, Conrad. Hold on, let me switch. Simplified one. I couldn't tell if that was Zach or was that Cleo. Alright, here we go. There's no use arguing with teenagers sometimes, boisterous as they all are. They're still my kids though. Rough around the edges, maybe, but still my kids. Oh no, my muff is not working. So I have to fix that. Hold on. Okay, I think it's good. Shaking my head, I head back to my classroom for a smile, but not before taking a glance at the locker again. It hasn't made a sound since. Must be the wind.
Must be the wind.
Must be the
Oh,
wind.
well, I guess whatever nerd was trapped in there just died.
Oh my
well,
gosh,
not my
it's
fault.
terrible.
Not my problem.
So, upon another look, I leave it alone. Ta-dun!
Wow, there were a lot of nerd stuff in the lockers
But that was just the one locker. Why is it like the three?
there.
Oh no, the entire school day ends without a hitch. It could have been gone better, mind you. With the exams nearing, getting out of work before the sun has set looks as though it's a far-off dream for now.
So I'd like to point out that until like now, it seems like every time the ghost manifests, only one person like sees her, even if multiple people are present. But that one, the ghost's banging was clearly heard by the entire
Yeah, like they all heard it.
Yeah.
At least until they're over. Then we have the holidays to look forward to. There really are times when you simply take what you can get for the time being. Excuse me. Nothing wrong with that. All I'm hoping for is this will continue until the whole day ends. There's still that promise I made to Ashton, and frankly the idea alone doesn't sound good. If Isabella didn't talk to them, what makes him think she'll talk to me? It's not like there's a hierarchy, is there? Just because I can handle Isabella's childish tendencies doesn't mean I can do it all the time. Really, those two gave me too much credit. Nevertheless, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. If only because I'm also worried about her. And both Zachary and Ashton deem it important that somebody gets the story out of her. Here's to hoping it's got nothing to do with that letter. Again. She's gonna like just, you know, like she see like the ghost and just like pretend, oh, it's nothing. I understand everyone. I understand that she feels a bit stressed lately, but keeping that story going on for more than a week is... it's bound to get tiring at one point.
They're all Elder Scrolls Oblivion NPCs. They
must be the wind.
clearly see me crawling around in the shadows, but then I just stop moving for a second, and they're like, "Oh, must have been the wind. Must have been my imagination."
Yep. Seriously, I really don't want this to end another argument. God willing, the cafe's special will help smooth things out? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. After all, it's always been food of her. Or money. But mostly food. At this hour, the cafe is usually filled to the brim with people. That's the reason Isabel and I rarely ever go here during the evenings. It's simply too much of a hassle and we can prepare food ourselves in the comfort of our homes, and there really isn't much reason to eat out lately. Well, life going on a busy streak? No time for long lines. Better spend that doing something productive, yes? Lucky there isn't one tonight. Only a few people are idling around the counter. 4 of them, in fact. A woman in her 60s and a teenager busy with his phone. Both are just waiting to be served their orders. The other two, posh-looking man and a child, who I immediately recognize as Kylie, appear to have not yet picked anything they want. For some reason, my stare lingers at the guy.
No, look at the evil one.
Though dressed relatively well and looks harmless, I haven't seen him around these parts before. Someone new in the neighborhood, perhaps? Even so, there's something familiar in him. It feels like I've seen him somewhere before. It also begs the question
I've read a book involving him. Or possibly 7.
yeah, that's right. It also begs the question of why Kylie is with him. Of course, the girl easily takes a liking to anyone who buys her sweets, so it's both a bit worrisome and unsurprising. The blonde
They're really
bloke...
plotting together because they're both evil.
I know. The blonde bloke doesn't look particularly thrilled with the company, though. I turn my eyes away from them soon enough once the guy at the counter appears, ready to take my order. That, and I also hate to be accused of oogling strangers, was it?
Ogling. And I was gonna like do their voices like, are you sure you're able to kill this Harry Potter guy for me? I've killed lots of people, mister.
2. Evening special. Takeout. He's already punching the order before I even finish. Saying my order out loud is really more for formality's sake and made out of habit. He's known Isabella and I long enough that if we ever drop by here, he already knows it's always because I'm buying dinner for the 2 of us. I rarely visit here alone if I can help it, but Isabella can sometimes be a bad influence. He gives me a small smile before leaving to prepare my order, while I fish for my wallet when... Look, you little ankle biter. If I buy you the biggest parfait they have, will you please behave? Oh, we're just like 5. Well, go ahead.
oh, okay. I thought it was Kylie.
Oh.
I was so excited to like voice her being evil again.
Oh, we're just like 5. No, 10 minutes of peace and quiet.
You said you'll give me some bread pudding this time. You promised you would get me bread pudding if I stopped murdering people. Well, I've stopped murdering people. Where's my goddamn bread pudding? I want my fucking bread pudding.
Yeah, well, darling, they said they ran out of it.
That's unacceptable. I'm going to fucking murder that guy. How dare
Calm
you?
down.
That's my
Calm
favorite
down.
goddamn dessert.
What the heck is bread pudding? It's exactly what it is. I don't know if I have bread pudding. Have I? I don't remember. I'm sure it tastes good. Just pick another one so we can be on our way.
The only other thing I'm picking is fucking violence. Besides, their parfait doesn't look as cute as the one Mama bought me. This parfait looks like shit.
Parfait is just ice cream, sweetheart. It'll melt no matter how dainty it appears. In the end, it'll all look like an ugly puddle.
You know what I'm gonna make look like an ugly puddle? This fucking bitch's fucking corpse behind the counter. No, don't have no bread pudding, fucking this son of a bitch.
Language, young lady. Language.
How don't have to watch my fucking language?
Now, come on, just pick one. It could even be the most expensive one on that list. I don't give a crap.
I'll order 3 of the most fucking expensive thing on the list.
Care. I don't care. Oh, what would I give someone to buy you off my hands right now? What? My whole attention instantly snaps back to them and their conversation. Jumping to conclusions isn't something I'm particularly fond of, especially when all I have are baseless assumptions, but you can't really trust a stranger these days. No one around the cafe seems to have noticed his words either. Very suspicious words. Still, I don't move. Yet. But my hand is already shifted from my wallet to the book I'm carrying. A hard-bound textbook. Looks harmless, but if a situation calls for it, it might be a good deadly weapon. Might. I haven't gotten a chance to try it anywhere so far. Today could be the day.
But you fucking promised, bitch.
What did you say? What did you say, young lady? Look, if you don't want a parfait, how about
blood?
How about
I'm gonna draw from that guy behind the counter.
Oh, no, what? Bono? How do you say that? Bono?
Banoffee?
Banoffee pie.
No, not the water.
Ah, that's right. I'm sure it'll
Stop
taste just as good as any other bread pudding. I'll even buy you an entire tray. How does that sound?
That's not what you said before, liar, son of a bitch.
Well, sweetheart, adults change their minds sometimes.
You said if I come with you, you'll buy me a bread pudding if I stop murdering people. And I did. And now you won't keep your promise. And I'm gonna murder even more people. I'm gonna murder people like way faster than I did before. Fucking adult lying son of a bitch bastard. I wanna go home. I miss Mama. She was always so proud of me doing murders, but you're trying to cramp my style.
Oh. No, darling, if I remember correctly, and I have a good memory, honey, what I said was, if you come quietly with me, I might buy you one. Oh, thank you, Conrad. Let me switch back. Also, thank you for the hydrate. Oh. For a second, my legs. Right, I meant to like move myself a little bit down. Okay. The quiet part didn't happen.
Yeah, well, I said I might murder Harry Potter, and I think that part won't happen either. So there.
Shh. No, now that I'm sober, I think this is a bad idea, and I should just ship you someplace else for that peace and quiet.
Better ship me someplace with a bunch of people to murder, cause I'm in a real bad rage.
Oh, that's it. No hesitation. If it faces is within my reach, and what warning, I'm slamming the flat area of the book against his skull. Good. Woo, that's good, Rebecca. There's a cry of pain, followed by him instantly crouching down, hands nursing the sore spot.
That was awesome, miss. But can I, make a recommendation? You should use a knife. Do the same thing again, but with a knife. That would be even better.
Almost
I'm
comically.
pretty sure that Book didn't kill him.
If this were a different situation, safety of a St. Coretti student isn't at stake, I'd probably feel sorry for him. I mean,
my safety was never at stake. It was his.
I mean, has anyone seen how thick this book is? Get behind me, Kylie.
But I'm not ready to murder you today. Oh wait, this is for something else. Okay, Miss Pink.
It's amazing how fast his expression changes from the pouty one earlier to something that of utter delight upon seeing me.
Yeah, this guy is totally evil, and you should kick his ass. He wouldn't buy me ice cream. He sucks. He's a fucking dick.
But there's no time for any pleasantries, not even quick ones, because soon the man straightens, and I'm readying my favorite newfound weapon for another hit. Except this time he's ready, and before I can land another one, his hand shoots up to catch my wrist in a firm hold.
You gotta be quicker, Miss Pink.
And the look on his face. Uh-oh. Bloody heck, woman, what's your problem? Say he's pissed would be a complete understatement. Had I been the weak-willed sort, I'd probably call her on this sharp gaze. But I'd use the book again! Smack it! But so that simply isn't how I roll. Excuse me. If he thinks he can scare me, do as he pleases. Here, just because I'm a woman or whatever his reasons may be, he's got another thing coming for him. So instead, I return it to him with the same intensity, with the same venom. What's my problem? You're the one who has a problem here. Rotten ball bags, like you don't deserve the freedom to roam this town. What are you doing to this girl? Why is that any of your business, pray tell?
He's not buying me ice cream. He's not holding up his damn deal. That's what he's doing.
Oh, it's my business if I make it to be. Now release me or I'll call the police.
Oh crap! No, don't call them!
Oh, you think that scares me, Daisy?
That scares me!
I have a name, you sleazy douchebag.
Yeah, you tell him, Miss Pink!
Sleazy douche. Oh,
I love it! Change his name, that's amazing! I love it so much when games do that.
That's good. His grip of my hand only tightens when I attempt to shake it off. His tone may be dripping with anger and sarcasm, but the gleam in his eyes says it all. He's getting a kick out of this.
Gross!
Ew! Running people up, getting on their nerves, invading their personal space. He knows exactly what and which buttons to push.
Fucking weirdo!
The nerve of this person. The nerve of this arsehole.
Miss Pink, I've learned a new phrase today. Sleazy douche. I'm gonna call everybody that phrase.
If he thinks I'm going to give in to his goading, please, he might as well just kiss his sorry behind. In fact, why not do the most sensible thing right now? Teach him a tough lesson. Hit him where it hurts. Ooh.
You know.
Excuse me.
Man, how can you resist doing
I
hit him
know.
where it hurts, though? Even if it wasn't him, even if it wasn't Malfoy, even if it was someone else, you know, it would be pretty funny. Kick him in the balls.
Kick him! Kick him! Let's do it!
Get his ass.
Get his ass. Mister, you haven't had a count of 5 to let me go and step out of my personal space. A fair warning. Fairer than any I can offer for people of his kind, and I'm already being considerate. Heck, this arsehole doesn't even deserve a warning. If he doesn't listen, well, he's as much responsible for what will happen next as anyone. Or else what?
Ew, gross!
Such vulgar words coming out of that pretty mouth. The gorgeous flower like you shouldn't even be saying, "Kick it, kick him!"
Kick.
Don't say I didn't warn you, ball bag. Love that intensity, Daisy.
Gross!
Ugh. Ugh. Why I like feisty in a woman. It gives them this certain charm.
Blech.
Ugh. Why don't you... 5? A second of silence. Then without any preamble, my leg moves in one fluid motion, and there was a swift, powerful...
She didn't even count! She just
I know, she just said 5. We'll place characters in other regions. Needless to say, the effect is instantaneous. He yelps, abruptly drops his hold on me, and kneels over howling from the pain. I can see tears forming at the corners of his eyes too. The mere sight of it prompts not an ounce of remorse from me. I would have been gentler if he isn't such a dirty little prick with an ego too big for his head.
Miss, can I kick him in the nuts too?
Go
Can I,
ahead.
like-
Go ahead,
can I-
Kylie.
Yeah! Stop, 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 stop! Oh!
Too bad. Whether this obliterates any chance of him ever procreating remains to be known, but a part of me is already praying he doesn't ever breed after this. We have no need of more of him in this world. You mad woman! I warned you, you arse.
Yeah, you arse!
Why you?
You sleazy douche!
This is harassment, I'm telling you, harassment!
Oh, I think you already did that when you were, like, flirting with her as you were fighting her, fucking weirdo!
Yeah. Then why don't you
Sleazy
tell that
douche.
to the police once they get here, hmm? You despicable.
Oh, fuck the cops! We're not still calling them, right?
Whatever you're assuming I am, I'll have you know it's all in your head. None of it is true.
I fucking got an arrest warrant out for me!
What did you say? you, must
Nothing.
have, you must have that pretty brain of yours checked before that gets worse. What is wrong with you? Is this the face of someone who did anything suspicious?
Oh, fucking absolutely!
Oh, you don't think a stranger luring an innocent child with promises of sweets before whisking them away from their parents doesn't warrant any suspicion?
You're literally the face of generic bad guy!
You have a very-
I read these books about magic wizards, and you look exactly like I imagine the biggest douche of them all to look like.
You have a very fine definition of suspicious, Arso. Maybe you're the one who should have had that head of yours checked. The kid asked me to buy her sweets. You're the one who's suspicious here.
Yeah, and he didn't do it, and that makes him suspicious, and he's a sleazy douche, and he sucks, and I'm gonna go murder people.
I'll have you know I have a wife. That much at least appears to have a sliver of truth to it.
I bet he paid her to marry him. Ooh, burn!
He makes a show of brandishing his left hand to my face with much force. Sure enough, a wedding ring is there, but all that earned him is an unimpressed glare from me.
I bet it's fake.
Immediately, a small part of me starts to feel sorry for whatever poor woman married this sod.
I bet he's married to a mannequin.
I don't understand why brings her up either, as if the mention of her alone would magically present a solution to his problem.
Ooh, no, I bet he's married to, like, his Gardevoir in his Pokemon game. Ooh, burn! Kicks him in the crotch again.
She would surely be a remarkable woman if she can handle a dirtbag like him. And even my wife of all people in this bloody city has never, I'm telling you, accused me of such a scandalous thing, you crazy woman.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm thinking for a second. My brain is fucking working. My brain is off murder mode. Would she, like, are you saying that because she might have, like, a reason to do that? Because that was some sus wording. Sleazy douche, fucking bastard. Obligatory little girl cussing here.
Married or not, you're still a sleaze. Honestly, I feel...
Miss Pink, why are you fighting with my T.O.?
Whatever words.
Yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention, he's like my uncle. He sucks a lot, though, but, you know, I put up with him just because I would murder him like 5 times already, but, you know, it would make my mom all sad. She says, Kylie, my sweet little murderer, you can murder anybody in the world that you want as long as it's not family. And I said, okay, Ma, I guess. Gee whiz.
Whatever words still left to be said here dies on my tongue. The same thing goes for the sleaze. Beside us stands Kylie, gawking at us with the same curious stare she often brings with her.
Like, you don't have to stop kicking him in the balls, though. It's really funny.
I know that look all too well. Portia style through. She doesn't say anything further. Her gaze simply moves between us, eyeing us both carefully, clearly anticipating an answer. From my experience, when it gets like this with children her age, it's a sure sign they won't leave. They won't leave you until you've given them an answer they're satisfied with. Lying won't do either. It has dissolved into a shouting match, for heaven's sake. Did she just say Tio? Something falls straight to the pit of my stomach at that. My tone is gentle when I finally address her, void of any apprehension and what might be the first hints of embarrassment. I pointedly ignore the latter. It can very well be just the hunger speaking. Kylie, sweetie, do you know this oof?
This sleazy
Oof?
douchebag? Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, he's my T.O. Luke.
Right at the moment, my brain stops. Every line of thought, every argument I still have against this man, the man beside me, dissipates in the haze. Amidst all of it, one memory gets triggered from a few days ago. Tio? The one you mentioned before? The uncle? The guy Warren wanted to impress? Or was that a dare? I'm sorry, I can't recall. Was it the one who promised to take Big Brother someplace cool?
Yeah, the one in the same. Don't you know who he is? He's the most famous sleazy douchebag in the entire fucking city.
I sure as heck don't, darling. Because if I do, I wouldn't have let everything I've said earlier come out of my mouth.
He's my Tio Luke, gazillionaire extraordinaire, fucking big ass liar, and he's the fairy godfather, except he really fucking sucks at his job, cause I've made lots of wishes and he won't fucking grant them. I wish for like 5 different swords to murder people, and I'm still waiting, bitch. Where's my goddamn swords? And I don't care about you telling me it's not fucking safe, or I'm too little to wield a big, long sword. I want my goddamn swords.
He's your godfather. That's nice. What did you say about those swords?
Not really. Oh, nothing. Don't tell the cops about it. The one and only. Oh, wait, by the way, you never called the cops, right?
No, I didn't.
If you did, can you tell them to not come here?
I was about to.
I'm allergic to cops. Did I get that right, Tio?
More than right, sweetheart.
Yeah, he's allergic to cops too, right, Tio?
Yes, I am. I'm sure Miss Pinky understood everything you said quite perfectly. Whatever it is that landed at the bottom of my stomach prior has shot straight up to my face and stayed there. The heat from it slowly sprang to my cheeks, coloring my face in almost the same shade as my hair. If only Earth would swallow me whole here and now.
Hey, don't tell the cops that we're allergic to them. They get, real suspicious if you tell them that.
His eyes are on me. I can feel them, jeering, mocking. I can't even bring myself to look at him. What's in there? Amusement? I doubt it. He's probably having the time of his life right now. But I know, I can hear the sneer in his tone alone when he talks. He has that smug grin on him, which I may or may not want to punch off his face at present, just for the heck of it. But damage control. I need to do some damage control before this whole thing goes south. Yeah, probably yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, unfortunately, that probably the thing you have to do is going to be the one you don't want.
I know. We had to apologize. Hey, what's Lena doing in there? Oh yeah, this is Lena right here.
What'd you say?
See, look at the little the pigtails too.
Yeah, Lena, you could totally take over voicing Kylie. Just do the cursing and be murderous.
All right, we had to apologize.
That one.
Well, it pains me to apologize to a sleazebag like him. This is my mistake. With Kylie watching us close by, I don't want to set a bad example for her, do I? I'm surprised she grew up the child she is. If anything, I want to be the role model this man couldn't possibly become from her. Cursing, do it. Yes.
Yeah.
Even if it means taking a few blows to my ego and stroking his inseparable one.
Oh god, don't mention that around Luke.
A deep gulp of air, a short moment to swallow my self-respect, and then I'm facing him. The words out of my mouth in a single breath. I'm really, really sorry, sir.
Oh, you got an achievement.
Oh. I had no idea. The smirk is impossible to miss.
Ew, he's got that gross look on his face again.
He's not making an effort to hide it, and even smiles so irritatingly present in his tone. If I could slap it off him, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
I wish you would.
Now, it's an honest mistake, Daisy. No, I really mean it. I actually thought you were, and then...
Okay, you only needed to say sorry once. He doesn't like this for all that.
It's fine now. It probably happens quite a lot to a few people who look suspicious to you. Seems I'm one of them now, but don't lose sleep over it.
I mean, you do look suspicious, though.
Shh. Do be careful with that book, though. A little more and you would have dislodged my poor brain off my head.
What poor brain?
The very tiniest one. Okay.
Literally nothing for her to dislodge.
What would I ever do if that happens?
Probably be the same sleazy douche you always are.
Oh, no. Did it leave a mark or anything?
Probably would have improved his look.
If you want, we can have it checked. I'll handle expenses if there's a need for it.
Are you serious? He's fucking rich as hell. He can pay for it himself.
Now, what kind of man would I be if I let an attractive woman such as yourself do that? Why don't we just look at it this way?
Oh boy, here it comes.
My forgiveness is coming from the utter goodness of my heart.
Excuse me for 1 second.
So full of himself. Exactly the kind of person I'd happily leave to die in a ditch somewhere.
You really should.
Of course, sir. Why didn't I think of it that way? I know, right? But even someone as capable as you is bound to have a few lapses. Lapses. No harm done, Daisy. Let's move on from this.
Please.
Well, if you're going to put it like that, then I guess there's nothing left for us to talk about.
Hey, wait, can you, like, buy me some fucking ice cream? Because this douche didn't buy me any goddamn ice cream.
I figured as much. Awkward.
Fairy godfather, my ass can't even... You know, I wish for some goddamn ice cream. Can't even get me ice cream. Can't even get me, like, pudding bread or whatever the hell it was I wanted.
The whole exchange is nothing but an awkward display of fake pleasantries. One that brings much agony to the very pride of willingly held back a while ago. I might need a drink later so I can forget any of this ever happened. Who would have thought the time would come when I'd meet someone tougher to handle than Isabella? Miracles and miracles, I swear. Though to my surprise, what is it? Proffers?
Proffers?
Oh. Give me a hand. I've never used that word.
Don't touch his hand. It's
Give me a hand
gross.
shortly before they leave. For a shake, I realized after a long minute of staring at it.
Oh god.
I accept
You have
it.
no idea where that's been.
Half-heartedly. Also, hello, Mocha. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Doc.
No.
Nice. But all the goodwill that small gesture represents melts into thin air when he winks at me.
Oh, gross.
Winks.
God,
The gall
he
of
does
this
it to
man.
literally every single woman that comes within a 1 mile radius of him.
I know.
Hey,
However,
hey, Tio Luke, I've got a wish that you can actually manage to fulfill. Since you can't give me ice cream, or people to murder, or swords, here's my wish. Let's see if you can fulfill it. Hey, Luke, can you, like, be gross to literally every woman in your life that you encounter? Thanks, yeah, I'm sure that one you're actually able to fucking fulfill.
well, thank you for the hydrate as well, Carlos. However, there's no moment to ponder about it. Seconds later, the guy at the counter waves me over and hands me a paper bag as soon as I paid. I like the guy at the counter's just like, whatever, like that's all happened, it's fine.
Would someone like to adopt me?
He offers me another smile before I leave. Normally I return it simply for the sake of returning it, or I don't at all. The latter happening more commonly. For the time being, I do so freely. After that encounter, and seeing because seeing a friendly gesture being extended to me, aside from a person I barely know on a personal level, it feels like a reassurance, despite bearing no promise of better days. I take what
Interacting
little...
with Luke is such a, like, frustration and disgusting
Yeah.
experience that literally any minor human feels like compared to dealing with him in any way whatsoever.
Yeah. I take what little I can get of it with me as I step out into the night. The cloud
Bye,
is...
Miss Pink!
Bye!
I
Bye,
will
Kylie!
remember the fact that you did not buy me ice cream when I was fucking promised it! God damn it, those are all the same, this is why I murder you all!
I hit your uncle with the book though. Is that okay?
I guess that's fine. It was extremely funny, especially when you kicked Tio Luke in the balls.
Yeah, that too.
Alright, I'll spare you. I'll murder you last.
What was that?
Nothing.
Alright, so bye.
Bye.
The cloudless night sky greets me when I walk out of the cafe. Beyond the tall buildings, a blanket of stars spreads out before me. Isabella once told me that the best place to view it is someplace outside the city, away from the noise and the obtrusive lights. She'd seen it once in her mom's hometown, another time in the university she used to attend. Then she asked if it's possible to try it out here sometime. I agreed with her at the time, if only because she appeared excited at the mere prospect of it. We made those little plans along with Zachary and Ashton. Though up until now, we never got around it. Even so, I find myself enjoying this, despite being told it's only half the experience. Little things, you know? Stuff you learn to appreciate when you're alone. Because at certain times you get to meet people who are unfortunately born with it, and it talent to ruin the mood and a scene of their mere existence alone.
Yeah.
For example, the very driver of the car fast approaching my direction. Luckily, he doesn't notice me. But a fleeting moment we pass each other by gives me a brief glance of the people he's with. Oh no. Kai is sitting on the back seat for serving a bread pudding in her hands. Oh, he did give her the bread pudding.
Fucking finally,
And
douche, sleazy douche.
And beside him, it must be his wife. Oh, yep, that's his wife right now, right? He takes a turn and disappears at the nearest corner. But throughout the night, that cursory glance of all things to bother me has left me wondering what kind of person his wife is. And more than that, is a silent prayer to the universe. I hope I don't ever cross paths with that douche again.
The universe is poised to disappoint you.
Yep. After having such an eventful day, anyone would think nothing would surprise me anymore. But here I am, standing at the top of the stairwell, watching an odd scene unfold before me. Relief crosses my mind first, followed by confusion. What is she doing there? Although given what happened this morning, the question feels a bit inappropriate to ask directly. What's important is Isabella's here. She's sitting cross-legged in the hallway, just right in front of her room, with several papers and folders scattered about. Each of them seems as important as the next. More than once, upon giving the scene a quick scan, I spot Briar Realty's logo at the topmost area of the pages.
Why is she doing this outside?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Everything considered, it looks like a mess made by a third grader working on crunch time. The landlady will have a few things to say about this when she finds out. I have a few things to say about this myself, in fact.
Yeah, why are you doing this outside? Go in your apartment and do this.
Yeah. Unless she doesn't want to be in there. There's something in the calm, focused manner she holds herself at present keeps me from disturbing her for that reminder. She's going through each paper with this intensity. Her brows are furrowed, lips in a tight line, both hands moving in precise movements. She shifts through each sheet. When she finds something of note, she moves closer, nose almost touching whatever paper she's holding, and grabs her phone to call someone.
Ah, hello? Sorry to catch you this late. There's something I just want to confirm, if that's okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Thanks anyway. Not that one either.
The cycle. She goes through call after call, and after the last one ends, she shuffles through the pile again and dials another number.
Rebecca apparently just watching her for literally 10 minutes, just standing there saying nothing.
Does it work?
If she's going through call after call, this has to be like a long amount of time.
Yeah.
Rebecca is just fucking standing there saying nothing.
I've never seen her this engrossed with her own work before, otherwise she would have noticed my presence the moment I've reached our floor. After the ninth one, okay, she still appears as oblivious to it as when
They're
we've
both
arrived.
being big weirdos right
I mean,
now.
you imagine like some other like tenants like, what the heck what are they doing in the hallway?
I literally can't even step around you to get to my damn apartment.
When she lets out a loud sigh this time, I immediately take that as an opportunity to interrupt.
Yeah, sorry, I've been watching you for like a whole 20 minutes. 20 minutes probably by now without saying anything. Just now I thought I'd say something. By the way, you're acting like a fucking crazy person with your papers scattered around outside.
You're covering the whole like hallway.
You're like probably like company papers that shouldn't fall into somebody's hands, but a slight breeze will probably blow one off the balcony and fucking who knows where.
Isabella, you know the house rules here.
Yeah, no, acting like a fucking crazy person.
At once, her head jerks back and hits the concrete wall behind her for thump. There's Isabella I know. Glad it's still there. I allow her a moment to nurse it before speaking again.
But Becca, you're late.
Yeah, I ran into a little trouble at the cafe, but I bought food for two of us, if you haven't eaten anything yet. As anticipated, she grins once I raise the bag of food I'm holding. It doesn't reach her eyes. There's nothing of the cheerful glint in it this time. Just a hollow tone for the sake of being polite. Ashton's right. Something's happened.
Yeah, maybe later. I've got to finish this first. Just leave it here. I'll eat it once I'm done. I guess I'll eat it outside instead of going in my apartment. I guess I just live out here now.
Oh, no.
Thanks, Becca.
You can't eat this here. You know how the landlady would react. Why are you even working outside? Your room's right there.
I forgot. I mean, I know. Sorry. It just feels stuffy in my apartment right now. I'll go back inside once everything's been aired out. I promise. What does that mean?
I don't know. That has ever bothered you before?
Well, it bothers me now, and I guess I can't open a window or turn on the air conditioning or anything.
Oh, really? Just now? I find that hard to believe.
Yeah? Shouldn't you be happy? I mean, you've been complaining even if it's not your room. Now I know how you're feeling when it's messy, so I'm going to clean. Isn't that a good thing?
In spite of what's supposed to be good news, an exhale comes from me, drawn out and slow. It's a good thing, Isabella. Believe me. But you're as bad as Zachary at lying. What's really going on? She hastily averts her eyes, a surefire indicator this is going to be one of those lengthy conversations that can possibly end with the other person angry. Again. It's one thing I'd like to avoid tonight at all costs. Still, I made a promise to Ashton and Zachary. If she didn't talk to them, who else is she going to talk to? If she keeps this all to herself, who knows what might happen? Isabella, you can tell me. Is it about your family? A slight movement of her lips, although a frown. It's a reaction at least. I'm getting there. Rose? She merely shakes her head. Just a little more. Come on, I know something happened. I don't know if it's because of Rose, but I know it's related to her somehow. You weren't here when I visited this morning, and both Zachary and Ashton are worried about you. If you don't want to tell them, you can tell me. Does it have something to do with work? Office? If I didn't know her, I might have missed it. She shifts then, her fist clenching tight, teeth biting her lower lip, and there's fear. The look of terror in her is the last thing I expected to see out of everything. Her mouth trembles briefly before she opens them. When she finally voices it out, the words simply spill out of her mouth. One after another. All of it. True to what I've promised her, I listen. Because this is something she's been keeping to herself, even from the two most dependable people I know. The fact she chooses to tell me this speaks a lot to me.
Becca, she was there again. Last night, in the office, boss passed me all of Rose's workload yesterday. From the Ermengarde mansion, I had to stay late to finish them all. And then, when I was about to go home, I saw her. I saw her again. She was standing in front of me again last night, Becca. I couldn't get away. She was blocking the door. If I hadn't hidden myself, even if I made even the tiniest noise, if she found me, Becca, she almost did. If she saw me under my table, I think that would have been it. And the last thing I saw would have been those gorgeous feet, Becca.
No, not the feet.
Yes,
No.
the feet. and then I get the strangest feeling that if I had died there like that some bear lady somewhere would have been constantly harassed for dying to feet yet again.
Not again. Feet. Not again.
I don't know why I feel that. I just get this weird sense. I'm scared for me and for the bear lady who almost got killed by feet
Thank
again.
you, Isabella. She sees the feet then. Why did you pin that? Oh no.
Yes. I'm so scared I won't be able to do anything.
By the end, her hands are trembling, and her breathing comes out in raspy intervals. For a long moment, I let the silence stretch out between us, let her sobs fill it instead. But even as her soft whimpers die down minutes later, there's a heaviness hanging in the air. Not just from her, but also from me. Say it! I see her too! Just say it! Come on! Dang it. Over this matter from my own frustration over a stupid— Oh! Mommy! Thank you so much for the raid! Hello,
Howdy,
hello!
Mommy.
Welcome, raiders!
You
How was
missed
your
seeing
stream?
Kylie.
Oh yeah.
And you missed seeing
The
Draco
wonderful-
Malfoy get kicked in the nuts.
Hello, welcome. I hope your stream went well.
Masuki, I'm gonna do a murder.
No. No.
Yeah, I'm picking somebody out of chat.
No, don't do it.
I've got them in my
You
sights.
missed the beat. Reno, hello.
Yeah, you missed the feet too.
I hope
I'm gonna
you're
do
doing
it,
well.
Masuki.
No, don't do it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it.
No, don't do it.
Here comes the murder. Gotcha.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for the gift sub. Tutunada. Oh, thank you so much for the head pat. We are playing the more of the letter. This is like a visual novel. Spooky one. But yes, you did miss the the whole lovely conversation earlier. Jimmy young, but she's no longer that young. It's about time to put an end to this. Ah, why doesn't she just tell her? Just say, okay, I see her too.
No, I'm still in denial about seeing
Oh,
ghosts.
goodness. She can't keep going on like this. She's still got plenty of years to live out. What if she goes home? What if we're no longer there to keep her fears in line with what's real? Ugh. What would she do then? I'm more afraid for her, of what that kind of imagination will do to her, than of what some imaginary monster could. But with the manner she's looking at me right now, there's an expectation in it, a hope, and a plea sewn together. She wants me to leave her this time. Leave her! It was like that, and what am I supposed to say now? Is this why you didn't go home last night?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with that one. I'm saving here. As much as I want to set her straight, a reprimand isn't what she needs right now. With the pouty face she's giving me, I doubt it'd even end well if I push it. I know her. When she wants to be stubborn, she's stubborn. But there are moments where when she can be acquiescing? How do you say that?
Acquiescing.
Wow, that is big words. Small brain. Times when she'll be more accepting of what I tell her, despite her inclination to disagree with it. That talk can wait. In the meantime, I'll be the ear that listens to her without judging her, without criticizing her, despite my own opinions on it. Oh, I had to sneeze. Hold on. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay.
Well, yes.
Oh, thank you. You should have called me. She stares at me like I've grown another head, and the laughter slips out if I can stop myself.
There, I can do that. Or I can't do that. What will you do? Hit her with a book? You'll be dead before that happens, and
I hit someone else with a book. It will work!
yeah.
That isn't what I'm talking about. After you go out, you should have phoned me. You didn't have to go to Zachary's. The corners of her mouth curl up, a sheepish smile, by general definition, but this is Isabella. Her smiles are never half-hearted, never lacks her high spirits. In spite of this, I know everything's going to be okay. Somehow. After all, she's learned how to pick herself up long ago, long before we met.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I didn't even remember how I ended up in Zach's place. I was in a hurry to get out of the office, and it was already late. Besides, I don't really think you'll believe me if I wake you up over something like that.
That's besides the point. True or not, there are people who will always be concerned about you. There's Zachary, but he's the first person you went to, and you didn't tell him anything. You just slept there. There's Ashton too, and me. But how do you think I'll be able to explain to your aunt or your family if you suddenly disappeared? Think about that.
Right. I'll remember that next time.
Then she grins. Playful, mischievous, ramble to an old banter. Still not quite there, still not quite her usual self, but with it, I know we're bound to get her back soon.
Mom.
I'm not your mom! Oh,
Mom.
Oh no, my connection! I knew it's gonna happen. Always happens during this time. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
No, it's for real. I told you not to call me that. I send her an elbow to her side for added measure, but when laughter follows a familiar gesture, none of it is unexpected. This is what's comfortable. This is how we found an equal ground despite our stark differences. So for the moment, I accept things as they are. Afterwards, a hush stretches out before us. For Isabella, this is rare. This isn't her. Yet in this moment, as she fiddles with the edge of another paper near her, she hugs her knees close to herself and lets a pensive expression linger on her. It feels strangely fitting. As if this is where everything's supposed to lead to if you allowed it long ago. Seconds later, the moment is broken by the sound of a door easing open and a voice begging some little piece. Finally, someone's like, "Hey, who's that? What's that ruckus out there?"
What the fuck are you two doing out there? How many times have I told you girls not to loiter around the hallway? It's fucking noisy. Some people here are trying to sleep. Sheesh. Quiet down or go do your goddamn talking inside. I'm pinning a memo to your doors next time this happens. A memo, do you hear me? You better be afraid. Pish, millennials, fucking young people these days. Sorry, we won't do it again. Instinctively has to roll her eyes though for the memo threat. Stupid fucking threat. You better, goddamn kids these days. You when I was your age.
The door closes and Isabella starts gathering the mess she's made, carefully stacking them all on her arm. At a loss of what to do, I help her pick them. And for the first time, I get a closer look at it. Completely unintentional, of course. But it catches my attention, nevertheless, and a confused frown makes its way to my face. Why is she looking through this? I look to her for an explanation, but she merely ignores the question in my eyes, takes the paper off my hands, and finishes cleaning up. The last paper she puts on top is a letter. The one she supposedly found in the mansion, what's probably the root cause of this odd behavior. She leaves it out and open. Show it to the landlady!
Yeah, show it to the landlady.
I shoot her a questioning look for that too. But all she gives me is a smile. In a halting tone, so completely unlike her.
Becca, I'll find a way out of this. You guys don't have to worry about me. Anyways, I should go. I'll see you later. Oh wait, before I go though. Oh.
Oh good.
I'll wait for them to actually finish like saying goodbye.
Where are you going?
Getting myself some food. Don't wait for me.
Wait, didn't I just give you?
I just completely forgot the fact that you bought and brought me food.
Yeah.
But I guess I'll just fucking go get myself some different food for some reason.
Wait, what? Yeah, there you go. Isabella walks away before I can stop her, before I can remind her I've brought food enough for the two of us.
Isabella runs back. Oh wait, but like I have this theory that I've really got to tell you. You know all these papers that I'm looking through. I have a theory. I think that there's a ghost murdering people. But get this. I think I know who murdered the ghost.
Okay.
You see, there's been these reports of murders going on, like before the mansion even got sold, right? And they still are going on, and police say it's the work of this tiny little serial killer, like child-sized serial killer, and they believe from forensic evidence that she has like blue hair and stuff, because they found blue hair at like some of the crime scenes. But anyways, I think that this serial killer is like some kind of immortal person, because the kills that they make have been stretching back for a long time. Wow. I think this ghost was originally murdered by this serial killer, and the ghost is seeking revenge. So I'm trying to see if I can find a serial killer, because I think if I kill the serial killer, it'll stop the ghost. Call me crazy, but I think that's my theory. Anyway, gotta go. I gotta go get different food, even though you already bought me some, because I'm an idiot, I guess. Bye.
And then Rebecca has nothing to say to that. She quickly disappears down the stairwell while I'm left standing in an empty hallway, holding 2 bags of takeout. One of them will go uneaten tonight. Just an instant passing thought. One that I don't dwell on much on as I head back to my room. I ignore all of it in the same way I've assumed I won't ever encounter that douche again. Alright, October 27th, Thursday. The brief lull that past 2 days has offered its nice while it lasted. Or as nice as it can get, with worries of Isabella's whereabouts creeping up to me every now and then. She hasn't shown up after that last talk we had in the hallway, and the dinner I brought had since been given to a different neighbor before it spoils.
A refrigerator! It's called a refrigerator!
They don't have one in their apartment,
That's... what the fuck? What, their apartment doesn't even have like a kitchen alcove or space at all?
The rent for it is not that. It's like, you know, it's they don't have to pay too much. Okay.
It sounds like their apartment is barely better than living in a fucking cardboard box. What the fuck?
By all means, this shouldn't be anything to lose sleep over. She's gone on work
Why do
trips
they
before.
sleep on a sleeping bag? I don't understand. They don't have a kitchen.
Usually for a day or two. This might simply be one of those. Although it's often with a message saying exactly where. But it's the dark note she has ended our last chat with that gnaws. Like an ugly premonition. And as expected, just as things start to settle, and a steady rhythm finally worms its way back to my routine, Thursday morning brings further disturbance to the now calm waters. With little ceremony though, still enough to ripple through everything. In retrospect, I really should have seen this coming. Luxmore is a small city, relatively speaking. Compared to, say, London or Glasgow, it's nothing but a tiny mass of land, boasting a mere population of 68,000. But those
Hey,
numbers.
Masuki?
Hmm?
Okay. So right in the center of the screen, there's two girls talking, right?
Yeah.
I swear one of them is wearing like this like animal-shaped backpack. Look, it's got like a horn. I think it's like a unicorn. Like it's got a horn, it's got a tail and stuff. Do you see
Oh
that?
yeah, I see it. Oh, I
That's
thought for a
just
second
cute
she
little
had a.
detail.
I thought she had a tail for a second.
Yeah, I did too. But then I noticed there's like some horns sticking out the backpack, and I was like, oh.
But those numbers alone are nothing to scoff at when standing in the busy street. And if you pay close enough attention, faces taking the crosswalk or riding the subway will soon grow familiar. How unfortunate that out of that number, it has to be Tio and Luke I encountered more than once. Oh, you know, a few problems popping up here and there that the agents failed to tell us somehow. Nothing a few hired hands can't fix, of course. I would have preferred a place near the city, something that's new to save us all the trouble, but darling wife insisted. Who am I to say no? Are you kidding me? His smug head is the first thing I see upon turning into the hall, in spite of the small crowd of parents and students gathered at the corridor for the primary career day. Sleazy douche, yeah. That's the name for him now.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's not that he stands out. He's pretty unremarkable at first glance, frankly. However, it's his countenance that draws people's eyes to him. The manner he carries himself with all the confidence in the world, his mere presence dwarfing everything around him.
The way he somehow managed to give the grossest look to literally any female within a mile.
Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Doc. I'm waiting to
What the no, thank you. Stop thinking, the Mizuki.
I must think. I'm waiting to make a bet he's also enjoying the attention it garners him, especially the ones coming from the women. What an arse. A single glance at him, and I know immediately that one way or another, if we ever bump into each other again, my day will effectively be ruined in some capacity.
Yep, sounds like Luke.
He also exudes that air. The sort that makes you want to run him over for glory and pass it off as an unfortunate accident. With him, it's either you want to punch him or let yourself be charmed. There's no in between. Oh no, my connection again. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's up. It goes off and on. I'll gladly do the honor of the former myself, but alas, there are people around us. Now I'm stuck with having to face one of the two. I shouldn't have volunteered. At the time, helping out sounded a good idea. I've no classes left today until after lunch. Could have opted to stay at the teacher's lounge and work on my lesson plans, but that means being left alone for a deputy head and his chatter. He's a good man, but Crivens? Crivens. Okay, he can talk anyone's ears off. So, the moment the opportunity rose, I jumped on it. It's a simple task to boot. Just deliver a whole box of materials and a few posters for the event. Maybe stay around to assist if time will allow it. I just wasn't expecting him to show up here. Out of the frying pan and into the fire. Had I known, I would have stayed and suffered through our deputy's impromptu speeches about his life crisis instead. But what's done is done. Going back is also out of the question. How unexpectedly heavy the load I'm carrying is. I hate to lug this for a trip back just because my pride can't take another second of interaction with the guy. He's insufferable, alright, but I've had my fair share of dealing with teens of more or less the same temperament, all considerably younger than him, and they listened. If he wants to be difficult like last time, so be it, but he can bet his sorry English butt I'm not standing down. Left with no other choice, I braced myself and sucked in a breath, mustering every bit of patience I have as I step into the hall. My grip on the box tightens when I pull it closer to me, and attempt to assume a low-key air as I amble towards the room. The box is not big enough to hide my face, even with the stuff piled on top, but if all else fails, I can just hit him with it.
Yeah. Do it.
Still, a small prayer forms in my head. If there's even one listening out there, please grant me enough restraint. Better yet,
The prayers answered back. Do it.
I hope he doesn't notice me at all. That'll definitely make my life easier. Seriously, how hard can it be? He's standing a few ways from the door, and there's plenty of people between us to use for cover. If I'm careful, I can just go in, hand in the stupid box to whoever's in charge, forget every plan of staying longer than necessary, step out as soon as I can. Easy as pie. It's not gonna work. But as luck would have it, the exact moment I reached the room's threshold, someone barrels towards me. She latches onto my waist before topping the sudden commotion with a gleeful squeal. Oh, here she is.
I knew it's you!
The force of it nearly throws me off balance, sending the items stacked atop the box tilting dangerously to the side. The child's added weight at my waist, pinning me on the spot, and both of my hands occupied. Watching is the only thing I'm able to do. With short seconds in between slows as everything gradually slides off the box's small surface. Under different circumstances, this would have made for funny stories some other time. Comical, even. Until another set of hands reaches out and steadies the posters, threatening to take a nosedive right to the floor. Oh boy. Careful now, Daisy. Don't make a mess here. My entire body freezes. Upon hearing his voice alone, an irrational impulse to hit him immediately bubbles up.
Dear Luke, why are you always gross with almost everything you say?
You're
so embarrassing.
Before my lips can catch up with what my brain is currently screaming at me, he moves to take the burden off my arms. Irritation gives way to surprise, then confusion. It is in that moment when instinct finally kicks in, and I tug the box closer to me before he can fully lift it off. What are you doing? What does it look like? You're surprisingly slow on the uptake for some of your profession, aren't you?
You're one to talk!
Doesn't the school have people for this kind of work? So much for being a center of academic excellence. I'm going to ignore that slight to my alma mater and my work, because that's not what I'm trying to get at. You know what? Why don't we just rephrase that to something you'll easily understand?
You'll have to talk real slow. He doesn't understand very well at all.
Why exactly are you doing this?
Oh, that's still a little too fast.
Well, you look like you could use a bit of help.
She doesn't need your help. Quote, help, end quote.
Have you seen your face while you were heaving this around? Mister, I'm pretty sure if there's ever a look on my face, it's entirely because I saw something extremely unpleasant this morning.
Ooh, can I guess what it was? I have a really good guess.
Okay, go ahead. What's your guess?
It's Tio Luke.
Yeah, you're right.
I knew it.
Ooh, excuse me.
He is extremely unpleasant to look at.
Aren't you a ball of sunshine today, Daisy? Having a bad day, aren't we? Oh, you have no idea. I'd put it away if I were you. You might scare the children. You don't have to worry about that.
You've already done that pretty well, Tio Luke.
This isn't my department. I was just asked to bring these. Anyway, I can handle this myself, mister. The room's just right over there. Behind you, in fact. Now if you could please move over and make way, it would do the whole world some good. Keeping my voice levels throughout is a miracle in itself. Regardless of how polite my request is, he doesn't budge.
Well, here we go.
Did what I just said merely fly over his head? Were my choice of words really that difficult to comprehend?
He's really slow, you have to understand.
Surely
All that's going through his mind is women, women, women.
Oh my goodness. Surely it shouldn't be that hard. I think he might be a little touched in the head.
I think he's very touched in the head.
I'd like to ask him that actually, but Kylie chooses that instant to pipe in.
Don't worry, Miss Pink. Tio's strong. You can leave this to him. Strength is pretty much literally the only thing he's got going for him.
Oops.
My papa does it lots of times, but I'm not allowed to talk about it to anyone. We're a crime family. We do
Wait, what?
suspicious crime stuff, so that's why I can't talk about it. Teal says it's
Confidential, Munchkin.
Oh wait, I forgot. They may actually be a crime family.
Yeah, they might. They might.
That's right. Miss Pink, I'm so glad that it turns out my family might actually be a crime family, but I like are too far off. All this time, Teal's smart, isn't he, Miss Pink? I'm being sarcastic.
I'm still of the opinion that he's a piece of shit, but I must admit, his goddaughter's excitement is contagious, as always. A smile makes its way to my lips. She has yet to budge from her place, though to be honest, I'm starting to lose some feeling in my stomach of how tightly she's wound her arms around it. I'm sure he is, Kylie, but I'm also sure he'll find better use for it elsewhere.
Like helping you out.
Well, that's one thing, but... You heard the kid.
I'm really sorry I said that, Miss Pink. I don't know what came over me. I don't know why I did that to you. That was awful.
Excuse me, no one's asking you. You wound me, woman.
Good.
And I'm quite certain I can do more damage than that. I have a box,
Please
I'm gonna
do.
use it. Shall we give it a try?
I'd love to see it.
Again? He pales, stammers for a bit, till he ultimately decides against saying anything, and settles for a brief show of discomfort instead. Excuse me. He's probably having flashbacks from the last time we met. His composure when he finally regains some of his bearings says it all. It's nothing short of hilarious if I do say so myself. I have you know that threats never work on me, Daisy.
What a moron.
Not in a million years. Not ever.
No one believes that.
You're assuming it's a threat. How cute. That too! I'm not scared of you! Just because you landed a hit. Oh, do go on. Keep
This
telling
is
yourself that. I love.
This is so good.
I know, he's so creepy. It was a fluke, you hear? I was caught off guard, and your dang book left a dent. If I end up in a hospital,
You
because of
already
what you
had
did,
lots of dents in your head, don't lie.
I'm sending the chief of Luxembourg police after you, woman. You don't say. Just give me that bloody box.
Oh no, the chief of Luxembourg's police. Yeah, I'm sure he'll do anything. Yeah, he's probably too busy, like, getting drunk off of wine again instead
Oh,
of
no.
doing his job. Yeah, nobody fucking police. I'm allergic to police. I'm scared of police, and I'm not scared of that guy.
He snatches out of my arms before a single word of protest exits my mouth and quickly disappears behind the classroom. Not that it matters who brings it in now. My prior irritation has already melted into amusement. He's not so bad once you figure out how his temperament works. It's almost similar to a child. Though I still have to ask. Kylie, did your tail eat something bad before coming here? He's unusually nice today.
Yeah, I think he's sick. He might be dying or something.
Excuse
There's
me.
no way he's being nice.
A far-fetched idea, I know, but it's the only reason I can think of why this arsehole is suddenly acting like a decent human. He's quite frankly far from being.
I'd just like to point out that he's not actually acting like a decent human. The fact that he's normally so gross that he's still acting like a jerk, but much less so than normal, makes you think that he's a decent human being is a really bad statement of his character.
First and foremost, we didn't end our last meeting on a good note. If I were him, I'd avoid the very person who put a dent on his skull, as he so aptly put it. Why is he acting friendly 2 days later?
He always is. I'm lying. But I made him promise to be extra nice to you since you helped me so much. And he fucking didn't. Fucking lying bastard. I think you're gonna be
I don't
great
think
friends.
so. I don't think so, Kylie.
Yeah, I told him that if he doesn't be extra nice to you, then the next few murders I do, I was gonna pin evidence on the corpses that would make it look like he did the murders. And he knew to fucking back off. He knew that I meant serious fucking business. Why?
Well, thank you for the hydrate and the stretch for all of us. I quickly stomp on the urge to groan loudly or gag at that. He's the last person I'd ever want to be chummy with in this whole city, but Kylie doesn't need to know that. Are you sure it's not something he ate during breakfast?
I wish. I gave them some jelly babies this
It must have been
morning.
that.
I spit on them. I rubbed them on the ground. I think I tried to get a dog to fart on them too. I did all kinds of stuff. Oh, Rowan bought me lots of them. Mama said I should share, and I said I didn't want to, but Mama said she wouldn't be proud of me if I didn't. So I said fine, and I decided I guess I'd offer half of it to Tio when he picked me up. But because he's such a douche, you know, I definitely poisoned them as much as I possibly could. He likes the black ones.
Oh, that's probably why he's weird. Jelly baby overdose.
Yeah, I'm sure that's it.
He could have done
Definitely
everyone.
the jelly babies, definitely not what I put on them or put them through.
He could have done everyone a favor and choked on them while he's at it.
Actually, I'm pretty sure some of them weren't jelly babies by the time I was done. It's okay, he couldn't tell the difference though, since he likes the black ones and all I had them with the black ones, he couldn't tell that some of them weren't actually jelly babies. It was really fucking funny. I think he's actually definitely gonna go to the hospital from like food poisoning or something. Do you want some? I've got more. I'm not. What I've got is not the poison ones, by the way.
Okay,
You're
thank
okay.
you.
I like
Thank you.
I couldn't find Melody or Takako this morning, but I'm sure they'll be fine sharing some of it with you.
No, I'm not really very fond of them. I was just asking. Next time he talks to you, tase him. Yeah. Where's your mom, by the way?
Out of town with Papa. They're taking a vacation to do some extra special murders. They're doing some murders that they call like I think they're called assassinations. Yeah. Yeah, they're getting paid lots of money and they're assassinating.
Oh no!
I don't know. It's pretty important.
Okay.
Oh wait, I'm not supposed to talk about that.
An unexpected pain hits me at her words. The statement, though instant enough, unearths a whole trunk of memories from childhood, so eerily familiar. Nights spent eating dinners alone, the number of days coming home to an empty house growing with each passing year, and sometimes several Christmas Eves spent with relatives instead of my own family. It's too late to think about it now, but when I remember, the dull ache is still there, familiar, though lessened by the years now. Beside me, Connie takes a step back. Having gotten tired of clinging to me, there's nothing but cheer in her. She doesn't seem too affected by the fact. Although it makes me wonder how much of it is real, and how much is there to mask the loneliness, if there's even one. What a lucky child. Weren't they informed of career day beforehand?
Yeah, I told them all about it. Mama was looking forward to it.
And they still left?
It's important business, so it can't be helped. Like, there's only like one particular time of year apparently that this really important person is like vulnerable to getting murdered, and so they gotta go do it. I'm not supposed to tell you about that. Don't tell anybody that I told you about the murder plans. The person's not important. They definitely aren't in charge of anything. It's don't talk to any cops, please. But they promised to tell me about it when they come back home tomorrow, though. Papa said he'll give me a gift if I behaved. He said he would give me back a body. He said he would bring me a normal gift.
I see.
I've been a good girl, right, Miss Pink? You think they'll totally bring me back, like a memento of the memorial that they're going to, right?
You always are. But they asked that douche. They asked your Tio to look after you for this?
Nope, they didn't. I just forced him to because I knew he was stacked with lots of fucking money, so I thought he would be able to buy me lots of desserts all the time, but, that hasn't really worked out very well. He really sucks.
Thank you so much for the raid, Locke. Welcome, Raiders.
Howdy, Raiders.
Yeah, I hope your stream went well. Too, Locke. What did you play? No? Then how...
It was supposed to be Tia! Mama likes her better than Tio, so she asked her, but she's sick and had to visit the doctor today. She's probably sick of Tio.
Oh, thank you so much for the raid too, Stout. Oh, this is Slay the Princess? Yeah, this is the letter. So this is one that we've been ongoing for a while with Doc and Sissy reviving. You played SCP Containment Breach multiplayer. Ooh, okay. Ooh.
I'm gonna do a murder, Misuki.
What'd you say, Kylie?
Nothing. Don't mind me. I'm not sneaking up on Stoatuber, not at all.
Oh, scary. Oh no.
I'm not
Thanks for the
doing
follow,
anything.
too.
I'm not.
Bro got spawn camped? Oh no, I'm so sorry.
I'll spawn camp you. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
This is fun, but it got impossibly bugged. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, what the? Thank you so much for the gift sub, Doc. Spooky.
Fucking got him.
You did a murder. Oh, what the? Another one. Thank you. Thank you. For Master. JM? Yeah, Master JM. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Doc, as well.
New chatters, if you're confused, the joke is that me gifting a sub is me murdering you.
Yeah. He's also like role-playing Kylie here as a murderous child.
It's like a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
That's unfair, don't you think so, Miss Pink? My mom doesn't allow me to go out when I'm sick. It's still okay though, since Tio always buys me sweets before we go home because, you know, like I said, I threaten to pin my murders on him if he doesn't.
Drink water, Doc.
You know, I think this is really like out of the ballpark, left field kind of deal. I don't know why I'm saying this, but you know when you hear in the news about people making, you know, science dudes drink water, you know, I think that's really messed up. You know, they might be doing like a no water drinking challenge.
No, you need to drink.
Because life definitely has some exploits you can exploit. If you don't drink water, you totally don't need to drink it, but, you know, people are making them do it anyway. I think that's really messed up.
Don't drink that water.
Dang it. Fine. I'm gonna ask for a parfait today. Extra large with like 5 different strawberries on top.
Ooh.
Don't tell Takako, okay?
Listening to her like this, it's easy to get a picture of where Kylie's fondness for the guy comes from. She's far from a demanding child, unless she made a promise of some sort. She never forgets those. She'll make friends with anyone wherever she is.
Never forget.
Buy a few things and voila, you're settled. Or if she like vaguely threatens you a little bit, that's alright. No wonder she's so attached to the man. The douche probably showers her with gifts whenever he can.
You fucking better.
I can't say if the sentiment's the same for the latter, however. He doesn't seem the type, and probably just does it for the sake of getting some peace and quiet whenever he's with the girl. Classic techniques.
But before that, I'm gonna show him to everyone first. I'm gonna
Oh my
show
gosh.
him that I've got a fucking rich as hell uncle. It's gonna be great. No one else is a gazillionaire fairy godfather.
Kylie,
I want to leave out the fact that he sucks a lot, though. Also, when I grow up, I'm gonna be exactly like
No,
him
you don't want to
and
be.
marry someone really handsome.
No, Kylie, he's a bad
No,
example.
I'm gonna be him, but without all the gross parts, which I guess is the entirety of his character. You know what? Maybe I'll grow up as somebody else, but I'll still be like a gazillionaire, like Tia did. That way, I can be awesome too. No.
Thank you for the hydrate, Doc. For me. I mean, yeah, there's some sort of misguided logic in there that I'd like to correct. But if I can say my piece, douchebag steps in, fresh out of the commotion from the classroom behind us, and plots in the conversation of every subtlety a wrecking ball has.
Classic Luke.
No right given, despite no one asking for his opinion. Munchkin, sweetie, trust me, you don't have to marry someone for that to happen.
I don't.
Just do your thing, darling. I'm quite sure you can do great things on your own without looking around extra baggage for you.
Are you like? Hold on. Tia married you.
Kylie drops the statement without any sort of preface, and the moment it lands, the douche finds himself grappling with the conversation. Yeah, well, that's...
Tia, you better be fucking like real careful with your goddamn words, because I'm gonna like lay out some real hard fucking truths for you if you
hold on.
don't fucking watch it.
That's true, Munchkin, technically, but it's not the same thing. A small frown creases the girl's eyebrows as she tries to comprehend Tio's rather vague explanation.
You better fucking think about your words real goddamn carefully, Tia. I swear to fucking God, I will fucking verbally murder you. Right?
It's not surprising either when Luke tenses under the child's questioning gaze.
I fucking dare you to suggest that like Tia Hannah is like the bad part of this marriage here, because I've got some like real fucking harsh truths for you if you're gonna fucking about to suggest that.
It's familiar. I've seen the same look a great deal of times before. on Ashton whenever he's trying to say something he can't quite phrase. Another second passes before the douche moves, kneeling in front of Kylie and placing both his hands on either side of her shoulder.
You better be about to fucking apologize for even bringing this up, bitch.
Kind is the last word I'll ever use to describe the man, but in this minute, just a smile on his face I can't place. Tender by all means for someone as obnoxious as him. It's a curious thing to see, if not a bit odd. Listen here, sweetie. Tia was already a great person before she met me.
Okay, good. You are thinking about your words. I'm glad, because, yeah, you're fucking right. She is. I'm asking that rhetorically, because I already know. But I don't see her doing anything. I'm being really sarcastic. She's always at home. I'm saying this on purpose because I'm trying to goad you into, like, praising her as you fucking should be. Bitch.
Not always, Munchkin. Did you know she's really good at numbers?
Oh, yeah, she totally is. Yeah, you're good with them, too. I mean, I'm not as good as her. You helped me with my homework once. I got a
just
fucking
once.
F on that, though.
Well, Tia's much better than me. She used to do maths with big numbers.
Big? How big? Like, in the thousands? Oh, wait, what about the millions? Did she do maths in the millions?
No. Gazillions. And she's really, really good at it. So much so that her dad let her manage anything that had to do with it.
Holy crap, that's bigger. That's like bigger than a billion.
That was even before she met me too.
Does that mean she's better than you? There's only one correct answer to this, by the way.
Leagues, Munchkin.
Damn right she is.
Way, way better than I'll ever be.
Damn right she is.
For some reason, I don't think he's still talking about his wife's mathematical prowess as his voice trails off. In fact, if I had not been paying closer attention, I wouldn't have noticed a change in him. A slight shift in the smile, from one as tender to something wistful, like remembering a memory he has always been fond of, but has often kept to himself. And at the fleeting glance of it, a tiny insignificant part of the world somehow also shifts. Opinions changing, impressions moving. You know what? Oh, it changed. It's no longer douche. You know what? Why don't you ask Tia next time you have homework, hmm?
I sense a disturbance in the force. Something's wrong. Something's changed it shouldn't have. Okay, next time, I'll ask her to help out. I'm sure I'll have a way better time. I'm sure I won't get a fucking F on my homework like you got me.
Sorry. See, no need to marry a good-for-nothing bloke.
Can I also tell her not to stay at home anymore? If Tia's good at it, I'm sure she can help you out too. And Papa. He computes a lot of numbers too. Tia can help him.
You go do that. Oh, is it good?
She can help him figure out all the people that our crime family has done murders of, and how many more we need to do murders of to upkeep our quota of doing murders of people for no reason.
You go do that. I'm sure she'd love to hear it, Munchkin. Even it's been a while since. Another silence from him, then without missing a beat, he turns Kylie around and lightly pats her shoulder in a gesture to end their conversation right here and there. Probably before he can say other things he's never intended to say or a child is not meant to hear. But off you go, first. I think I saw your friend run off to the other classroom. The one with the pigtails?
I fucking hate her! She's not my goddamn friend!
Go say hi to her. You still have those jelly babies to give her, yes?
Yeah, I think I still have some black ones left. Yeah, I'll fucking
wait.
feed them to her, alright?
Not the black ones.
But wait for me, okay? I've got loads more to show you. Like what's gonna happen to my friend when I feed her these goddamn jelly babies. They put my drawing on a bulletin the other day. I'm gonna take you there later. I'll be back.
Alright, bye, Kylie.
It's a drawing of a bunch of corpses. I
Wait,
drew
what?
like a lot of blood around them, but like they misinterpreted it because adults are always thinking I'm definitely not a murderer. They're so stupid.
She soon disappears behind the small crowd, none the wiser to the sudden change in mood around her. Luke strains as soon as she's gone. The expression on his face grows less kind now that there's no one to reassure. Despite that, a chuckle still escapes me. His head quickly snaps at me, an accusing glare clear in his eyes. Although it's less threatening now, considering what I've witnessed earlier. Funny how one person's impression of someone can easily change with that minute detail. Why are you laughing like that? Don't mind me, I just saw something surprising today. Don't let it bother you. You know, putting it like that won't make me any less inclined to ask. What is it, woman? If this is another one of your threats, I've already told you it isn't going to work on me.
You know, there's nothing more attractive than referring
I
to
know.
every girl you meet as just woman.
That good teacher act isn't going to fool anyone. What makes you think it has to do with you? I could just remember something funny. Not everything in this world revolves around you, mister. Exactly. Exactly. I am not daft, Daisy. It's on your face for all the world to see. Now say it so we can be done with this stupid talk. I let out another laugh. More to delay than to express any sort of amusement over the matter. In truth, I don't know where to start. One wrong move, one wrong word, and I might offend the man.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Oh no. Whatever would we do if he got offended?
He's challenged enough for that, even if what I'm about to say are just mere honest observations. You're good at handling her? You really think that?
I guess you're good at it.
Yeah. Well, regardless of how he reacts, it's not like it'll have any impact on anything between us. I've no plans of getting too friendly with the man, though he might have some good points.
Did we choose the
bad one?
option somehow?
Wait.
It sounds like we did. I don't understand.
I think no, I think this one is okay. The best treatment I can hope myself to give him is to stop thinking of him as a sleazy douche. Besides, after seeing that look on him, I figure someone like him can use a little compliment here and there.
Okay, yeah, so now it sounds like this isn't the violence option like it...
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like the way they phrase the sentence. Yeah. He probably doesn't get it much considering how coarse his own language can get. Can't you act a wee bit polite for even a second of your life? It won't kill you.
And now it's violence!
Wait, what?
What's happening?
You usually get answers that way. You know instead of demanding things from people like a temperamental man-child. I'll be nice when I want to be, woman. Don't tell me what to do. And here I was just thinking how you're doing a brilliant job as Kylie's guardian. Was I mistaken? Was I mistaken? What? Sorry, I didn't catch that? Stop playing dumb. I hate to admit it, but you actually seem to be good with kids. Possibly even better than most of the teachers here. What do you know? Excuse me, sorry. I expected him to just take it all in, bloat his ego more, and even brag about it. Instead, what I get from him is a sound resembling a squawk. Or maybe that's him choking on his own pride. I can't tell above the hubbub surrounding us. When I glance at him, only a mortified expression is on his face.
Ooh.
No.
Wait.
No? You should be proud of yourself. At least there's this one thing good about you. Isn't that nice to hear? Pretty sure not a lot of compliments get thrown around about you, knowing how you are. There are a lot of good things about me, Daisy. My hair, for one. Oh, there's also my extraordinary good looks. Wax lyrical about all those, like, all you want. I'd be happy to hear it any day. Praise anything about me but that. What is so repulsive about it? Even Kylie likes you. Shouldn't that tell you anything about yourself? Kylie is one kid, not even my own. Trust me, you'd not want to see me bring a spawn of my own into this world. It'd be an abomination. Is that what you keep telling yourself? Maybe. Is it any of your business? No, but if I didn't know any better, I'd say this is because you yourself think you're a little piece of shite and somehow it'll pass on. It doesn't work like that, by the way. That last remark just came out. There might be a sliver of truth in it, but I shouldn't have phrased it like that. Even with my own standards, or the kind of person I'm talking to, it's still quite rude. Apologies already at my throat, but the minute I open my mouth, all of what I've prepared myself to say dissipates. Lost in the moment in front of me. He has turned gaze outside, staring at some point past the buildings blocking the view of the sky, equally lost in his thoughts. He's a vexing man under so many standards. However, in this moment, the morning light streaming from the window lends his features a certain air. Softer, less severe than what he often flaunts. I might as well be looking at a different man. There's a tender note in his voice when he finds it, the words muttered under his breath, not intended for anyone but himself. Nevertheless, it reaches my ears, unintentional as it may be. You're right. She deserves someone far better than me. All the talk about self-worth makes some sense now. It isn't some profound knowledge he pulled out of his arse. It has come about because he's already been there, likely still stuck in the middle of it. Preaching about your own personal experience is easier after all. Less room for mistakes, more for a dose of self-loathing. What a complicated man. Just when you thought you already figured him out, he does one thing and says the other. People like him are the most difficult to gauge, far harder to understand. It might be exactly for this reason why some are so easily charmed by him. It's the mystery that catches them, but wanting to find out what's underneath that bravado. I won't count myself among those, yet. His winning personality isn't exactly my cup of tea. But sometimes, once you get a glimpse of what's beyond that... Excuse me.
Machismo.
Machismo. Thank you. Emphasizing what the man isn't such a steep hill to climb. And a comfortable silence we now share tells anything, that is. Perhaps this is as close to friendship as we can get. Several insults flung around with a few shared silences in between, and... that's not exactly a bad thing. He's not exactly a bad guy either, despite the awkward start we've had. Maybe it's for this reason that I can't resist throwing in a little comment to lift his mood before leaving him. You know, Luke, you're not such a bad person. It's that supposed to make me feel better. I'm touched, Daisy. Take it how you will, but a little attitude change would help a lot. Oh, bollocks. Right, of course. Let me know when you're done with your lecture, ma'am.
God damn it.
And you could probably start by not leaving your wife out while you're having some quality time with your goddaughter. Who knows, maybe that'll help change how the child sees her. Where did you even get the idea that I'm leaving my wife out? Have you ever even met? No, but I did see her with you two last time. His indifferent expression quickly dissolves into a confused scrawl, while I meet it with matching perplexity. It's only been 2 days. Surely his memory isn't that bad. What? When was this? At the cafe, after you left. Oh, she was sitting right beside you. Kylie was at the back and you were driving. Daisy, are you sure you haven't accidentally hit yourself with your own book? Because that thing's quite thick and I'm really getting worried about you. It's only been a few days and concussions could be dangerous. I suggest you have that checked. Well, you asked. I just answered. It's pretty rude to make her wait like that, by the way. How can I make her wait when she's not even with us? What? It was just Kylie and I that night. Now you're just pulling my leg. Excuse me. Luke exhales, long and drawn out. His impatience rapidly changing the companionable air around us in the face of it. It tense. I've accidentally stepped into another minefield. Any chat I've had with him so far has been like this. Why it still surprises me, escapes me. Above my worries of offending a man is my own bewilderment. I remember well enough what I saw that night, yet he says something completely different. Wifey was out with Kylie's mummy that night. She wasn't with us. How do you think I ended up on babysitting duty? But in the front seat, and Kylie's...
Miss Pink? I think I accidentally murdered my friend, but not with the jelly babies. I'm really upset with it because, like, I wanted to murder her with the jelly babies, and now my day is ruined. Like, do you know how hard it is to cover up, like, a murder with a knife compared to a murder by poisoning?
Kylie's sobs reach my ears first, and then her familiar weight returns around my waist again. Hot tears seep through my blouse as she buries her face in it, her arms winding tightly around me. Luke and I briefly exchange worried glances, his own lips shut tight with concern. The cries are soft enough not to attract much attention. Most of the visitors have been ushered inside the rooms by now anyway. Those that still linger, though, watches our little group with great interest and concern. If I don't get a better handle on the situation, I have a feeling Luke will start yelling at everyone soon. Kneeling, I gently pull the girl away from me, cupping her face and wiping away tears, creating little trails on her cheeks. Her mouth is drawn to a miserable pout when she peers up at me. Alright, Kylie, calm down. What happened?
It's my friend!
Oh, you did something? That's a little too vague, Munchkin. Let her speak, Luke. Who is it, Kylie? Melody? Or was it the other one?
Yeah.
Did the two of you fight? She nods and immediately clams up after, letting her sobs communicate the story instead, or as much
Yeah,
as her
she wouldn't
shaking
eat my
shoulder. Oh, good.
she wouldn't eat the poison jelly babies, and I insisted. I kept insisting, and she kept being like, "No, I don't want to eat them. I'm not hungry right now." I said, "No, you're fucking hungry, bitch." And then we started fighting, and then I stabbed her with scissors like 20
No,
times.
Kylie, no. Right behind me, Luke gives a nervous huff while he shifts on his feet. He must not be used to handling children crying.
A couple of kids witnessed it, and I had
Oh
stabbed them
no.
too.
What a wuss. Sweetie, I won't be able to help you if you don't tell me what happened. Seconds pass before she responds again. The tears are already gone when she finally musters the strength to talk, pride subsiding to mere sniffles.
I wanted to give her the rest of the jelly babies, but she won't come out. I was so close.
Where? Where is she?
In the little girl's room.
Is she still there? Another nod.
She won't say what's wrong. I keep asking her, but she told me to go away. I said, Melody, it's your fucking day to get murdered, bitch. You better get the fuck out of there right now. Career day's gonna start soon. I saw the prizes Miss Alice will give us for good. She's gonna miss it.
Is that what you told her?
Yeah, I told her about the prizes. She won't listen, but I fucking need her to earn the prize. It's part of my complicated alibi for when I fucking murder her later, but she won't even take the jelly babies. I saved it for her too. Do you know how much trouble I went through to fucking poison this shit? Tio Luke wanted to eat the red ones, but I told him it's not for him. Fucking idiot tried to eat the non-poisoned ones. Miss Pink, can you talk to her? Tell her to come out. And I'm really upset with her. But I'm gonna make her murder slow and painful if she doesn't come out right goddamn now.
Just a little childish argument then. Times like this, I'm glad I teach teenagers mature enough for petty squabbles. I do love being around children. I won't mind having one or two of my own in the future, but it takes a whole different level of patience to teach several of them. I honestly admire my colleagues who willingly took the challenge. Normally, I'd leave this for their homeroom teachers to fix, but I can't just ignore the imploring looks she shoots me. That's another weakness I'll have to steel myself against, before I ever think of having one of my own. For now, I give in to it. Okay, tell me where she is, sweetie. Sighing, I stand up and gesture for her to lead the way. Luke trails quietly behind us. Even with the small distance in between, his apprehension is palpable, understandably so. No one wants to be caught in the middle of a children's spat. But in the end, this is all just a part of my job. I can't just shy away from it, can I? Kylie escorts us to the adjacent hall. At this hour, the corridors in the room lining its sides are empty, save for the gentle rustling of leaves, the twittering of birds outside, and the tapping of our foot against the floor. The whole area stays eerily quiet. I don't like the sound of this. I don't. Not unusual though. I don't like this.
I like this.
This is the part of the building reserved for club activities at the end of the school day, and with the rest of the school busy with another event, it's only natural for it to be this deserted. Come afternoon, right after class, it'll once again be filled with people. For the time being, I focus on the torch at the far end, heading straight for it. Luke stays behind, opting to wait for the end of this drama instead, obviously not wanting to deal with another person's kid. Meanwhile, Kylie follows right after me, unusually silent as we approach the ladies' room. Sometime before we made the turn down the hallway, she had stopped sniffling and started singing a tune under her breath.
London
murder
Bridge
melody.
is falling down,
Right.
falling
That's what she
down,
sings.
Yeah.
falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady.
Probably to brace to calm herself, but maybe this is her way of praying to pull her friend out of her sulk. It certainly reminds me of another person. I make no remarks on it, however. It's all part of growing up, they say. I'll let her learn. Door slightly ajar when we get to it, and from inside, the sobs of a girl echo weakly, barely audible, even in its kind of hush. Turns out Kylie's not the only one upset about this. Alright, let me save. Despite the situation, a smile forms on my lips as I call out to her friend. Hello? Hello there. You're Kylie's friend, aren't you? I don't think so. It's not Kylie's friend. Melody, is it? She's looking for you. Turning can be so amusing sometimes. Granted, they could be exaggerated, especially around this time, but enduring things about them outweigh those. All you need is enough level of patience. Career day is about to start too. You have to come out or you're going to be really late for it. Miss Alice won't be happy if one of her kids isn't there. I heard she bought little gifts for everyone who will behave.
Melody, you
Don't-
better fucking come out and behave and earn one of those goddamn gifts. You better not fucking ruin my goddamn alibi for murdering you.
Don't you want to receive one? However, cries show no signs of abating. They only grow louder. Not close to a well. Alarming, regardless. Are you okay? That's not Melody. But from where I'm standing, it sounds almost like she's in some kind of pain. It's not impossible. They do it at times, hiding what ails them for fear of a reprimand. If it's like that, coaxing her out might be useless. It also makes sense why she chose the loo furthest from the classroom. Wasting no time, I gestured for Kylie to wait and ambled towards the door calmly so I don't alarm her. At the same time, a distant sense of deja vu hits me. I've been in this position before, behind the door with someone crying on the other side. My calls are ignored as their cries grow into a wail. Just this past week, actually. Even so, being in the same situation before doesn't bring any comfort. I'm putting up for the child beside me. There's a thick undercurrent of worry trickling into my stomach. I take one last breath, then I nudge open the door. It all happens in the span of a second. I don't make it past 2 steps into the room. Her cries abruptly stop. Light footsteps shuffle behind me, coming to a halt at the door. My heart skips a beat. And when I turn... Oh no, please.
Yes.
Oh, Kylie?
Miss Pink! Miss Pink!
Oh
Why
no.
didn't you help her?
Lena, is
I
this your face?
I fucking cannot
Yes.
believe this shit. Like you are really fucking up my murder alibi, Miss Pink. You know, I just want you to remember the fact that I told you the other night. Mama said the only people I'm not allowed to kill are members of my family. And guess what? You're not, Miss Pink. You're not a member of my family. So you better stop fucking up, bitch, or I will murder you. I don't care how much ice cream you fucking bought for me. I'll fucking murder you.
Kylie,
I
why?
cannot have the cops catching on to me.
My whole body becomes motionless at the sight of her, words catching in my throat and heart pounding rapidly against my chest. This is Kylie. I'm sure of it. But yet nothing in the manner she speaks, or the way she tilts her head in question carries the youthful, innocent vibe she always brings with her. I'm baking some of the brownies. Wait, what?
Ooh, are they special brownies and can I have some?
As if I'm merely looking at the dead, hollow imitation of the child.
Can't you hear her? She's asking for your help. What the fuck are you doing? Like, stop standing there.
But it's not those that trigger a memory. It's those chilling eyes, calling, beckoning.
Why won't you listen to her? Seriously, I got a murder schedule to keep up with, bitch.
What? That was her face. Hold on.
It's the face of an angel.
So scared. All at once, the memory returns to me. The tide has receded and now returns to shore with an overwhelming force, carrying images of Sigmund from days ago. Oh, they actually deserve to hydrate. Thank you, Conrad. A world passing by in a blur, and the features I can barely discern under the little light there was. Not even a week has passed. In this minute, while I keep my eyes trained on the child before me, they return with such unbearable clarity. There are no horrid wounds this time, no blood streaming down a pale face, thank heavens. Just lips, contorted into a small, twisted smile. They brim with venom I've never expected to ever see in a child, setting tiny pinpricks of dread crawling up my limbs and winding up my neck.
You're a bad person. People like you deserve to die.
Oh
I'm
my
not a bad person, by the way.
God.
I'm totally fine, even though I've done a bunch of murder. Listen, my morality's real complicated. Don't you dare fucking question it, or I'll like double murder you somehow.
Double murder? I can't breathe.
I'll do it.
Oh shoot, is that gonna be a quick time? Better not be. Those whispers and laughters again. Judging, mocking, taunting, each gaping word ringing sharp and true against my ears. My throat closes in. My whole body tenses. Chill settles at the tips of my fingers. Every digit gone rigid from the cold. With every single draw of breath, any struggle for air or freedom, the coils wrapped around my body, tightened, dragging me down. Gradual torturous descent into another bottomless abyss. Help! On and on and on, until I lose touch with myself and the world. Help me! until darkness claims me and, unexpectedly, a note. In the distance, harsh and piercing, cutting through the thick stupor and shattering the haze without warning.
Oh no, it's the landlady's memo.
Yeah, it is. Are you ladies done with your business here? I don't have all the morning to wait for you two. My eyes snap open, and the world shifts into a place of a ragged gasp. When I glance up, a different set of eyes greet me.
Are you okay, Miss Pink?
I'm alright. I didn't see anything.
You're acting like a real fucking weirdo.
No anger, no vile hatred in them. Just plain sincere concern. Bit by bit, I become aware of my surroundings and myself as warmth steadily slips back to me. I've reached out for the nearby counter, studying myself at some point, and my knuckles have gone white from how rigid my grip on it is. It's over now, yet the tension hasn't left my body. My heart still hammers hard against my chest in an erratic rhythm. My breathing still comes in short, shallow bursts.
Gee, Miss Pink, you look like you've seen a cop.
A cop?
Yeah, that's the look. That's the look that me and my family get whenever we see
She's
a cop.
creepy. Yeah. Before me, Kylie fumbles with her hands, utterly unsure of what to do to an adult in what's probably a laughable state.
Oh, unless it's the chief of police, that guy's fucking useless as shit. I could do a murder in front of him. He probably could know. This is so stupid. Did you get sick? I'll call Tio, okay? Stay here and don't move.
No need. Just leave me alone.
Tio will know how to fix you. Wait, okay?
I wish I could speak reassurance to her, but I can't shake it off. The dread is there, twisting in my insides in anticipation. Of what? I'm no longer sure. Pushing myself off the counter, I break off into a run. Brushing off the anxious look Kylie gives me, when I gently push her away on my way out, with a frown on Luke's brows when I stumble into him outside. Whatever they
Wait,
both
what
saw.
about Melody? What the fuck?
I know,
Where
we
you
just love
fucking
Melody.
Going? Like, what the hell?
Whatever
Oh,
they
bye,
both
I guess.
They both saw my face. I care not to know. I'm gone. Bloody heck, I don't even understand what's happening anymore.
Miss Pink's fucking weird, Tio Luke. Not as weird as you, though. You fucking suck.
The tournaments continue long after the last of my classes have ended. Although none of my students have commented on it, I've caught a few sharing anxious glances. Every time a pen slips from my hand, my shoulders tense when I've been called. How unusual it must be for them to see the normally composed Miss Gals become a bundle of nerves. Even the most boisterous ones have given me less grief today. You'd think being on my 4th cup of tea would provide any sort of comfort. Or is this the 5th? Egad, why does counting matter
Is that
now?
a jar of weed?
No, it's tea.
Dude.
It's tea.
Oh,
The fact that I can't easily shake it off this time should tell me something. Last time this happened, I passed it off as some lapse in my part, after having been sick
Mitsuki-
the week before. What is it?
Mitsuki, do you think you can smoke tea?
No. Don't do that. Don't do that. What?
Suddenly I'm like interested in tea
What?
now, you know, I have...
Honey? It might be honey too.
What's that, Lena?
What'd you say? Wait, hold on.
I thought I just heard her go, what?
Oh, how many chapters are there? I don't know exactly, but we are on. Let me check. Well, let's see. We are
I think
on.
every
Yeah,
person is a chapter.
yeah, or maybe several chapters between each. 'Cause right now we're on Rebecca, right? And there's 2 more, Ashton and Luke. Almost near the end, I think. And it is a natural conclusion. This game is quite long. So I think I can't remember when exactly we started, but we've been playing it for a while. It wasn't me? Oh, okay.
Wait, who said what then?
Are you hearing things, Doc?
I don't know.
Do I mark soon? Okay, yeah. I think I'm not gonna go too long. Alright, I don't know if we're in the end of Rebecca's chapter. We'll see. Those are just stories. A centuries-old lore passed by the locals to keep children in line. But yeah, I think we're gonna play a little bit more, then that should be it. I don't want to go into like 4 hours. My brain would be like mush by then. Well-
One more chapter.
One place doesn't have those. And every time it gets like really juicy, then I'm like, oh, yeah, just one more. One of my dad's books even went as far as to describe them as a strong part of Isabella's culture. She giants. Women who feed on unborn children straight from a mother's womb. Or, heck, there's even that one story about a demon baby. Oh no. All
Kylie.
folklore... all folklore that never had a smidgen of truth in it. Was probably told to scare off the natives there back in the old days. Much like every other one in every other place. The world is more universal than people care to think. But looking at it from where I'm standing now, after staring right into the eyes of that woman, after all the things I've been hearing and feeling, perhaps there's really more to that bloody letter than some awful Halloween prank. It took you that long to figure it out? I don't know why it took you that long. Ugh. Perhaps Isabella's right all along. A terrible thing, if true. Though that thought doesn't linger long, thankfully. Oh, come on, like...
Nah, it must have been the wind.
It must have been the wind, yeah.
It was the wind. It was the wind.
Soon the ring in my mobile takes my attention away from it. An unfamiliar name flashes before me once the screen lights up and my brows knit together. Ah, it's Marianne. Staring hard at the screen, I try to remember when I've entered this person on my contact list.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
It takes a moment, but when it clicks, my eyes zoom in on the book lying wide open on the table. Oh, that's it? When we went to like the library or something?
Oh, right!
Yeah, here we go. Loaned out from the library almost a week ago. I met the woman there by sheer coincidence. A fellow history buff, apparently. We were after the same book, but in the end she's giving it to me, under the condition I call her once I'm done.
Do you
be
think
honest-
Marianne's gonna, like, ask her on a date?
Maybe? To be honest, I completely forgot about it until now, and, well, I haven't really taken a peek at it until today. Normally I'd be done with the whole volume of the size a few days after taking it out. About 1 or 2 depending on how busy I am. But finding a chance to sit down and read through it has been more difficult lately than I anticipated. One moment, I'm busy simply grading worksheets, attending a movie premiere the next, and someone suddenly invited me out for one reason or another. Days later, a friend stopped showing up in her flat, right after worrying reports pop up in local news. There simply isn't enough time to breathe and get a grip on things. I have been flipping through the pages of said book moments ago, while never really reading anything, and merely hoping for a distraction. To no avail. My phone gives another ring, and this time, I do not hesitate to answer. Marianne?
Hello! Here I was starting to wonder if it's a bad time to call. Is it?
No, not at all. I dismissed my last class a few minutes ago. I'm pretty much free for the rest of the afternoon. Unless something comes up. Is this about last time? The book?
Not really. I was hoping to ask you about some other thing.
Oh, sure. What about?
You grew up in the city, right? Didn't you?
It's a peculiar question to ask to someone you just met, but I answer her nevertheless. I'm more curious where she's headed with this by starting with that. Born and raised, 3rd generation migrant. Why do you ask?
So you must be familiar with the local lore? The, stories?
Quite. If I'm going to teach about history, I'd like to think I am, yeah? But a family friend would be a better person to ask. If you want, I can contact him for you.
No, let's just keep this thing between us, okay? It's nothing too big, and Alright. I really don't know how else to put this without sounding a bit crazy, but things have been really, odd. Do you remember the mansion I mentioned back when we met? My current project?
In hindsight, I should have expected it'll lead to this. She must not have lived here long if she's just asking about this now. It didn't take a week of Isabella when she arrived, but that's Isabella. Superstitious down to the last hair. Though it won't be too far off to think Marianne has only started thinking about this recently. She's working on the dang house itself. I must admit, even I'm curious now, despite living here for so many years and having so many chances to look it up before. The Ermengarde mansion, yes?
Yes, that one. And, the thing is... Oh dear, this is a bad idea. You know what? Just forget I ever called you about this.
No, talk about it!
It must have been the wind.
Oh my gosh, these characters.
Yeah, it must have been the sunny weather.
Only
It's
Isabella.
making me sick and see stupid
Oh
things.
my gosh.
The sunny weather and the wind.
Oh yeah, that's what is making you see things. See things? No, wait! That's right, Rebecca. It's alright, I don't mind.
I think it was the wind too.
There's a moment's pause before she responds again. She's right in that this is a silly thing to talk about, especially between what I assume two people who are pretty grounded on their beliefs with regards to these things. I won't blame her if she hesitates.
I can't believe I'm asking you about this.
It's fine. Why don't you just think of it as some form of research?
Well, alright. But after this, we're going to forget we ever had this talk about stuff that was probably just the wind, really.
My lips will
And
be
the sunny
sealed.
weather.
Yeah, the sunny weather's. Oh man, it's making me see weird stuff. Now, what is it about the mansion?
Just, what do you know about it? The general gist. The place's past. What happened to the owners? Anything you can give me.
Let's see. To start off, I do my best to give her a concise summary from the time the house was commissioned 400 years ago and who had built it. Up to the point it got deserted after the last heir's death, and the deed was passed on to the Ermengarde's nearest relatives. Frankly, if it weren't for those urban legends persisting, the house would have already faded into obscurity long ago. Demolished, even. These are all nothing she probably hasn't heard of before, yet there's this satisfaction in her tone once I finish.
That's all there really is to it?
As far as I know, there's this little bit I forgot to mention about Lady Charlotte Ermengarde's death, but most of those are just theories. Aside from that, this is really everything we've been teaching all these years. Should there be anything more?
No mention of any other weird stuff? Other crazy stories? Perhaps you'd like to, elaborate on Lady Charlotte's death? That actually sounds really interesting.
Yeah, like what
I
happened?
don't know why you left that part out. Or a letter of some sort?
My blood runs cold. The letter? Oh, title drop. Any warmth and comfort the tea I've drank has given me prior has instantly been drained out of me. The phone creaks softly as my light hold on it turns into a firm grip. This whole letter bullcrap is starting to turn into more than I know I said shite before. It's starting to turn into more than coincidence. None that I've heard of or read of? What does the letter have to do with this?
Oh, no. It was just something I came across. Ignore it. Random thoughts,
No,
sunny
don't,
weather and all that.
Don't ignore it.
I'm going to ignore it. By the way, I need to run. Thanks for answering my questions. Let's both ignore it now.
Yeah, we're just gonna pretend, She ends
It was
the call.
just the wind. Bye.
She ends the call abruptly, with only a clipped goodbye, leaving my mind heavy with even more thoughts. The mood around the classroom has gone considerably denser. In light of what little I've gleaned from that conversation, I don't think Marian's lying about her intent. Her interest is genuine. I give her that, but she's left a lot of things out. I get the sense she only asked because something's happening around her too. And if she hasn't mentioned the letter, I probably wouldn't have made the connection. Just what the heck did we get ourselves into? Of course, there's still a lot of confusing details in this. All of these are just assumptions. No concrete conclusion to be formed of what we have. If we want to find out what we're really dealing with, I think Marianne's right. There might be something more to those stories. As absurd as it sounds, the very place that gave us that letter might tell us something beyond what we know. And tomorrow night, I have a few hours of that chance at the housewarming party. Totally not an exciting thought, since the place is privately owned now. I can't just wander around. But it's enough reason to keep the dread at bay, as I step out of the room, ready to put an end to this day. Oh no. However, all those good vibes disappear into thin air when I run headfirst into Luke. Why is he still here? There's really something in this man. Regardless of how much my opinion of him has changed over the span of a few hours, he simply blasts through every good impression people have of him without care or thought. He doesn't even need to open his mouth, his mere presence does it. In all honesty, I think he's the kind of guy only a mother can love. You're still here? Obviously, who do you think's standing in front of you?
Don't you have a job?
An arse? Well, come on, Daisy. You've done better than that. Losing your touch? Luke, I don't have time for this. I'm heading home, and your face is the last thing I want to see before I leave. What do you want? Blatantly, I notice his hand. Partly raised, almost poised for a knock. At a slight lift of an eyebrow, he quickly drops it to his side and turns to Kylie. She's standing a few steps away from him, holding her hands behind her back and toeing at something on the floor with the tip of her shoe. Then he proceeds to make vague gestures at me and the child. He resembles a fish flopping for air with the way he's moving his arms, though I think he's trying to urge her to speak up. Munchkin, I thought you wanted to tell her something?
You do it, Tio, son of a bitch.
This wasn't my idea, darling.
Don't worry, I won't tell Tio what you told me the other day and this morning. Remember?
Luke exhales, rolling his eyes at the ceiling, and maybe praying for the universe to grant him more patience. He knows the losing battle when he sees one.
Holy shit, is this girl like actually some kind of mastermind? Like she
Yeah.
legit in lore just like fucking threatened him
Yeah.
like that. Holy
He
shit.
may act worse than a 5-year-old throwing a tantrum at times, but he's no match for an actual child. Nothing better than being served a dose of his own medicine, huh? Once his frustration has been promptly let out, he points a rude finger at me.
Yeah,
I
you
do my-
better fucking do what I told you. I'll fucking rat you out, bitch.
I do my best to stare the offending digit down, but I can already hear the demand before it's even out of his lips. You, come with us. What makes you think I will?
Luke, I didn't fucking tell you to, like, demand she come with us like some fucking mobster. Holy shit.
Because little Rugrat here is upset and worried, and it's your bloody fault. I have no idea what happened this morning, but if you don't come with us, I won't be hearing the end of it from her.
God damn it, Luke.
So do me a favor, Daisy, and just be glad I'm inviting you. You're asking for a favor, and you can't be bothered to be polite?
He's so fucking useless, isn't he, Miss Pink?
Yep, I don't know, I don't know, it's been a really busy day for me. I kinda miss my couch.
I'll fucking murder your goddamn couch if you don't come with us.
Daisy, you
uh,
just say yes.
Or else.
A pause
Politely.
follows, almost too dramatic. Afterwards, his face turns into something between a grimace and a smile. As it happens, he appears like he's in a lot of physical pain. You think the man is getting aneurysm by simply being polite.
I believe it.
Please?
Tio said it'll be his treat. Right,
What?
Tio?
What? I said no such thing, Munchkin.
Yes, you fucking did,
I-
son of a bitch.
I
I
only-
fucking swear I'll fucking rat you out. I'll fucking make you regret your shit.
I only agreed to this because you requested it. I'm under no obligation to feed her.
Tio Luke, I fucking didn't goddamn request it and I goddamn ordered you to. I promise I'll be quiet the next time I visit. I'll make sure the murder victims I bring over will be quiet too.
Alright, but just one meal, and make it the cheapest.
Hell no!
He and Ashton will get along famously on that department. On a different front, the offer of free dinner does sound enticing, however half-heartedly given it is.
I'm ordering the goddamn lobster.
Mostly because Kylie has wisely put on her puppy eyes, and by the second, I find all my choices slipping away from me.
See, Miss Pink? It'll be fun.
Can I order steak?
Yes, you can order 2 steaks if
Thank
you
you.
want. You don't have to feel sad anymore, okay?
Well,
And in fact, if you want, you could order a steak and lobster sandwich. That's
Oh, nice.
Instead of bread, it's steaks, and the meat is a lobster.
I don't
It's
know if
a
that
lobster
tastes good.
between 2 steaks. You can order that if you want. Shut the fuck up, Luke. Yes, you can order it. You'll
Wait,
pay
whoa, whoa.
forever. She goddamn orders, bitch.
I'll take 20-piece chicken nuggets. Yeah, I'll
Why
take
don't
that.
you just add another 0 to make it 200-piece chicken
That's
nuggets?
too
Luke will
much
fucking do
chicken
it if he knows it's fucking good for him.
Well, budgets from my pocket cutting me mid-sentence, and for a second I'm saved from the act of giving an answer I'll regret either way. Fishing the gadget out, I wave a hand at him and excuse myself. A disgruntled expression is on Luke's face before I turn away. I'd be lying if I say it didn't amuse me. He's as eager to be done with this as I am, but what can I do? Checking, a message from Ashton throws up.
Hey Becca, I'll be around Salem Mall this evening. Need to meet someone in the area. Might have to drop by yours and Isabella's place after. See ya. Don't know why I put a hyphen
Yeah.
between drop and buy.
Oh.
Really weird place to put a hyphen. Those words didn't really go together like that, but okay.
Just the usual. Unlike what he does to Zachary, Ashton has the decency to let us know when he's driving by or he's in the area for some business. From the way it's phrased, it sounds to be the latter. Either way, I'm glad he's at least aware of that boundary. Not that Isabella's ever going to let him leave the building unscathed. If he ever pulls the same stunt he does with the other man, I cringe to imagine what she'll do to him. Sighing, I slipped the gadget back to my pocket. While looking up to see Luke's utter impatience on his face, I now face a different dilemma. The two of them are still waiting, and knowing the kind of person Luke is, this is already a grand gesture of goodwill coming from him. All to please his godchild. His denials aside, it's easy to tell he's really fond of Kylie from his actions alone. I kinda hate to ruin that. Well, Daisy, we're waiting here. Oh, do I have to decide? Oh no. On the other hand, there's Ash. His message doesn't exactly imply he's going to wait, or he's expecting me to be there, but there are matters I hope to discuss with him in person, to put it simply. Housewarming party matters. With inviting Isabella out of question, I only have Zachary and Ashton. Although the former has already made it clear he'll be busy this week, and well, Ashton has been my first choice from the start. Even if he detests attending gatherings like this, it's company that counts. We can be miserable together. But that's a problem, isn't it? He hates him. It's very likely his answer will be a flat no. I'd rather not hear that. If, by some miracle, he agrees to it, he'll probably be sulking the whole party. Not really a tough choice when you put it like that, but still.
That's a difficult one.
Yeah.
I almost feel tempted to go with Luke and Kylie.
Yeah. We can
because
always.
Kylie's cute in the story. And it'll give me more more opportunities.
To voice Kylie.
I've been really having fun with it.
I think you like, yeah, you like role playing her more.
Yeah.
I say, I mean, I always have that option. Like, I can always go back as
Yeah.
I saved. Okay. Yeah. In the end, it's my own fondness for Kylie that wins out. Chances are, I'll only have to endure his presence for an hour or so. If it lasts more than that, I can make up an excuse. A sudden call from a friend or things to work on. Thanks for the hydrate, Conrad. It doesn't seem so bad when I think of the pros and cons. At best, it'd be a quiet dinner. At worst, it'd be an awkward affair we're both eager to be rid of. I'm leaning more on the latter happening, hoping for the former, of course. Okay, but only because Kylie asked. Kylie's face instantly lights up. For the third time today, she tackles me to a hug before pulling away and dragging me by the hand towards the building's exit.
That's alright. I'm sure Tio doesn't mind. Right, Tio?
Yes, I don't mind.
He let me pick where we're going to eat. Don't worry, it's just close. We're gonna eat at the most expensive fucking place. We're gonna eat at you know those like Japanese restaurants where the chef like cooks on the thing
Oh,
in front
yeah,
of you and
right in
does all
front of
these
you.
like fancy tricks and stuff in it, and it'll probably cost like $100 or $200 for us to eat there. Hell yeah, we're gonna fucking eat there.
Luke follows closely behind, perhaps out of some desire to keep the dead air away. I can't resist throwing in a quip. Keep your distance. You better not do anything funny, you hear? I'm the one who should keep my distance? May I remind you who approached me first and what you did right after?
Yeah, and you fucking deserved it, Luke.
Yep.
Fucking goddamn admit it.
Oh, I remember clearly. Perhaps it's you who needs a reminder?
Oh
seem-
yeah.
Seem to have never learned your lesson. Care we give it another try? Maybe this time it'll stick.
That would be fucking funny.
Maybe this time it'll stick. You think you're scary. I'll show you what's scary. To my surprise, his tone lacks the usual sardonic tone in it, and briefly I pause to stare at him. He quickly shuts his mouth right after and walks ahead of us. All talk and no trousers like the usual, and for the better part of our walk, except for Kylie's excited chatter, we don't speak. Somehow I have the strange feeling I'm already getting used to this kind of banter with him. I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing. Did Mrs. Newfound friendship? Dare I call it that?
Blech.
Ugh. Ashton's message lays forgotten and abandoned in my pocket. I'm sorry, Ashton!
God, the game's
Oh
so
my gosh.
accusatory about that. What the fuck?
Of all the places nearest to the school, Kylie picks this
Oh wait,
one.
what did you say? Oh my gosh, that?
Oh, it's... I think it says it was achievement. It's a dinner date.
Oh.
A lot of places near the
What?
school. I know. What? Kylie picks this one, and waiting for food to be served is as awkward as I imagine it would be. Not the bad sort, though. A pleasant kind. Surprisingly, Luke's an okay bloke when he tries. When he tries. So long as you're willing to look past the tactless remarks, or we're not exchanging... What?
Acerbic?
Acerbic quips?
Like really
Oh.
like the basically the kind of conversation that they've been having so far. Where
like
they're
very
just-
kind of like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's clear he's making an effort for this to be as fun as possible for a 6-year-old by being chattier, even going as far as to laugh when Kylie's story calls for it. It's an interesting thing to hear from the man. More than once, I catch his frequent cheesed-off expression easing whenever he looks at the girl. And your friend? Did you make up with her? Yeah, did we just leave her?
Yeah. I totally quote made up unquote with her. Yeah, totally.
Uh-huh.
She'll definitely be seen at school tomorrow or
Okay.
ever again.
That's good. That's good, Kylie.
Yeah, it's real fucking good, all right. She said she just saw something she didn't like. She didn't accept the Joey's though, so you know I'm really gonna fucking murder her real hard. Like how fucking dare she? I won't have to come up with a new goddamn alibi. She told me to give it to you instead. She knows you like the red ones too, which I totally poisoned those as well, just in case. Backups.
Very well. Hand it to me later. I'll bring some of them home.
Make sure Tia doesn't eat them. It's
I think
it's
your
very
Tia would
important
love
there.
to have some.
No, god damn it! Fuck! Oh shit! No,
Look,
they're
it's
only
too
for
late.
you. Holy shit! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh shit! What have I done?
What a terrible liar.
Miss Pink, what's the number for poison control? I might have to call it for Tia later.
He says he dislikes the idea of having children of his own, but it's easy to see some part of him genuinely wants them. What's stopping him? Once Kylie wanders to the nearby bookshelves, after having lost interest in the conversation, however, we both revert back to silence.
I wonder if there's any books on Jack the Ripper.
Oh. On our own, we have little to talk about, aside from a few questions about the other here and there. At one point, it does veer on local politics and history. He's surprisingly versed with it, that he can hold a decent conversation about throwing a jibe.
Holy shit, guys! They have a book on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre here. Holy shit! I'm totally
Kylie,
reading
You
this.
shouldn't read it!
Oh god, this is awesome.
Nothing too personal is ever mentioned so far, though. It's too early for those, and besides, I don't like him enough to speak of every minute detail of my life. Better keep it strictly between the silence and the casual repartee? This whole thing already looks and feels wrong on so many levels. I'm quite sure he feels the same. So, when another bout of silence hits us and becomes too much, I've taken to finding something else to occupy myself. Toying with my mobile, turning it from hand to hand while we wait for our respective meals. But it would be a complete lie if I say I'm not waiting for some intervention. Something to pull me away from this place. Someone. Ashton's probably at Salem Well by this time, working on whatever business he has there. Maybe if I make up an excuse and leave now, I can still catch him? Cut that out, it's distracting. My hand stills, holding the gadget awkwardly between us, arrested mid-pass by his bored tone. He's been quiet for a long minute now, after complaining about how appalling the tea they're serving here is. So poor. Before that, he has whined about how uncomfortable his chair is, and tasteless the decorations they have here.
Typical poor people decorations.
Previous to that, he has griped about how dull the place is compared to the one he frequents on the upper class side of the city. Well, I'm sorry for being a bunch of peasants, your majesty.
You better be.
Figures he lose patience soon, having already grumbled about almost everything his eyes can reach. It's just unfortunate he's turned to me now. Why don't you just look somewhere else?
I'm looking at your peasant clothes.
I can't. If I turn elsewhere, I might end up looking at the bob fog? What's
I
that?
have no idea.
What is that right behind
I
us?
have
What is
no idea.
that?
I've literally never seen that word before.
But do I even want to ask? I don't want to hear it. If it's coming out of his mouth, it can only be either rude or offensive. Regardless, he continues. I don't know. What is that word? Everything looks good, but have you seen the face? True horror. Ugh, what is wrong with you? You know, I frown about this in practice, but that mouth needs to be washed out with a particularly potent soap.
Boopa.
Booba, no! No, Booba, no, Booba, no! Conrad! Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't have to do that. I had to do this one. I had to do it like this. No. Preferably by your own mum. A shame she isn't here, hmm? For whatever reason, that puts an end to that talk right away. He returns to watching his godchild and has found a particularly interesting picture book. Is it Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah, they've got fucking illustrations in it.
Oh
this
my
is
gosh.
Awesome.
Is that going over it?
Look what he did to this person. Holy shit, can you believe it?
Well, I turned back to him on mobile. Still no message. Would it kill him to at least send a message? Check if I were home? Meanwhile, Luke's silence lasts all but 10 seconds. What is it with that dang mobile? Are you on a curfew? He's got the immature act down pat, I'll give him that. Seriously, how old is this guy? Has he somehow been deprived of affection during childhood? What is it to you? I don't think it's any of your business what I do with it.
Yeah, it's none of your business here, Luke. Haha.
It is my business, alright? 1, I'm the one paying here. 2, I am being forced to eat dinner in a place this stuffed and noisy. Lastly, it's been 10 minutes. The food isn't here, and I'm hungry. I'm a baby. That's like a little baby. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
What you're doing with the mobile is annoying and distracting. When the least you could do is keep things entertaining while I suffer.
Why aren't you dancing for me, Jester?
That's your problem? Shouldn't you be more worried about how this entire affair looks to other people? Oh, I didn't realize this was one.
I don't think you understand who
Oh my
I
God.
am. I literally do this like 3 days
Oh
out
my
of the week at minimum.
You move fast, Daisy. You could have informed me first, you know?
You should see me at the bar.
Oh my gosh.
I exceed whatever you think of could be sleazy behavior. I exceed it.
Had I known, I would have taken you someplace nicer. Certainly the kind of better food and plenty of good wine. Ugh, why did I ever think this was a good idea? Did it ever occur to you how inappropriate this might look to everyone? Why should I care? It's only inappropriate if you make it out to be. Relax, I won't do anything to make your boyfriend angry. He doesn't even need to know we dined out. It'll be our dirty little secret. Ugh. He's not my boyfriend! The words come out with more force than I've intended. By the time I realize my slip-up, his lips are already spread in a sneer.
Oh god, Luke, don't make that face. It's so disgusting.
Heat slowly crawls up my face. Oh, so there is someone. You're so easy to read. Briefly, his eyes search my face. I have no idea what he sees, nor do I care to know, but in the next second, he barks out a laugh, displaying his amusement without reserve to anyone within earshot. In that moment, I know I flipped a switch in him somehow, and have lost my chance to deny his assumptions. Do I even want to? Isn't that the reason why I've been so focused on my mobile, waiting for another message for him? For a reason to dump this awkward meeting to go after him? Look how molted you are. Now the nickname makes more sense. Shy Miss Pink and her cute little crush.
Oh my god, don't misuse my nickname for her. Holy shit. Ugh.
The color suits you, by the way. It matches the hair. It's not a crush! Classic denial, but in reality you want him to be yours, and your every move is made to make him notice you. In fact, you don't want him to see you with another man in a non-professional capacity because you might misinterpret it. The same thing goes for you, doesn't it? Bully, yours is even worse. What about your wife? Aren't you concerned she might misinterpret this? Daisy, just because we tied a knot doesn't mean we have to be joined at the hip at every single opportunity.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Don't be ridiculous. Why else would you marry her if you don't want to be with her for the rest of your lives? Because Daisy, she also has other things she can do with her life and friends to spend time with. Granted, I don't like some of them. I have a few of my own she utterly dislikes, but wifey doesn't have to know my every move, nor do I hers. Do you know how boring that would be? To be with the same person for all hours of the day? Losing sleep over the mere fact they're not with you? Of putting everything you have aside to please them? to have your whole world revolve around one person. Aren't you just mistaking that for something else? Unlike you, there are other people here who don't share the same jaded outlook you have. Don't lump everyone together just because it didn't work out for you. And you, my dear, are unexpectedly naive. What's so naive about it? If you love each other, wouldn't you want to always see them, be with them, to have them focus solely on you? Maybe you haven't been loved enough. Oh, it's that kind of thing for you, isn't it? The love is eternal, love is a strong emotion trait, a starry-eyed girl pining for a dashing Prince Charming? What's next? Romantic confessions of love? A grand wedding on the beach? Dozens of spawns running around in some picturesque home in the suburbs? How quaint. Are you also expecting it's going to be sunshine and rainbows after? A happily ever after? Please.
Oh,
What?
he's making the face again.
I never once said... And it's all of that... Oh wait, is all of that such a bad thing to hope for? Woman, I've been married for 7 years, and I'm telling you, it's far from what you have in your pretty red head. Tell me, how long has this song and dance been going for you and your man? Maybe I am mistaken. Averting my eyes from him is all I managed to do. Why are we talking about my love life? What does his mere 7 years have compared to the 17 I've had with Ash? It's laughable. He thinks those two things are even incomparable. Ash and I may have never moved past the boundaries of friendship, like what I'm hoping for years, but what we have isn't something anyone can scoff at. I know, Lindo. I feel ya. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I can put on my jacket now, so I'm not
No
cold.
more booba.
No more booba, Doc.
Poor Lena is going to be so disappointed.
What?
Lindo took away the booba.
No booba. I've always been by his side, endured everything with him. I know him better than anyone. No matter what this man, this complete stranger says. Thanks, Lindo. I know there will always be a
not the
place
spray
for me
bottle.
beside him. And yet... Come on, Daisy. That shouldn't be too hard. 3, 5, 8, 10, 20.
No.
Oh, thanks for the hydrate, Doc, too.
No, thanks. You know what? Hold on. Wait. I got this. I've got vengeance.
No!
Booba again. Return of the booba.
Dang it. I'm cold again. Look what you did.
That'll teach somebody a lesson.
His words easily seemed to my heart like sharp daggers, gradually picking apart everything I've ever been sure of. To sight myself, the doubts resurface, and my defenses crumble right in front of my eyes. It's no wonder he sees through me, and expected, ridicules it. Laughs.
Oh god, now he's laughing.
Oh no. Restrained, low and rumbling, a sharp sound striking the air around us, amidst the murmur of people, and soft notes of the music playing over our heads. You did challenge me, Doc. His shoulders shake, and when his mirth becomes too much even for him, he reaches up a hand and passes it over his face, as if to hold his glee close to him. Bloody bollocks, this is just brilliant. Oh mother, why do I always keep running into these things? This day couldn't get any better. I think I'm gonna need a stiff drink after this.
Tio Luke, you fucking laugh like a serial
I
killer. People are
know.
gonna like call the cops on us, I swear to god.
Oh, thank you so much for the hydrate. For both of us, Lindo.
No, not again.
There we go. He dissolves into another peal of laughter, but when it subsides, what he has for me are more words. Oh, thank you again for letting me put it
No
back
more
on my
booba.
jacket. No more booba. Scathing, each of them. The urge to run from here has never been this strong. Is everything you said how you plan to act? If that man of yours ever ends up with you, cling to him. Put him on a bloody pedestal? Let him become the center of your universe? Although with how long this seems to be going on, I think you've already done so. Marriage would just be icing on the top. Like some sort of reward for you, isn't it? For being a good, patient, loyal little girl all this time, never looking at another man. You must have been having a grand time with someone pining over him this long. I'm a little envious, to be honest. Maybe also a little surprised he hasn't suffocated from all your tension yet. Laugh all about it if you want. It's not like you'll ever understand. Luke falls silent. The ridicule on him is gone in an instant. His eyes meet mine, sharp and imposing. A challenge, but I hold it against him with the same intensity. As if there's something I won't let his opinion trample on. It's this. What does he know? However, he's the first one who looks away, focusing his eyes back to where Kylie is, and for a moment I believe I've won. Until he draws in a breath and turns back to me. The words he drops next, though hushed, hang heavily in the distance between us. You're right, I won't. But I do know not to mistake love for obsession, woman. They're not the same thing. It rattles. Out of everything he has said tonight, this is the one thing that touches my heart. Maybe it's in the manner he delivers it? The lack of conceit in his posture, or an underlying insult in the tone he takes.
Conceit.
Conceit, thank you. The remark is not meant to cut, merely to express a simple truth. This time, it's him who holds gaze against mine. Another unspoken challenge, and I realized that if this happened minutes before, I'd already have an equally searing retort at the tip of my tongue. There's none, but the anger is there, ringing my insides, prodding at the uncertainties I've long kept. Isn't it enough? You have the long years we've been together. We have the memories, whenever he needs me. Until other people came in between us, I've always been the one there. That dedication and loyalty should mean something, shouldn't it? I've always been sure of it, and that one day, he'll see it for what it is. In spite of that, in this minute, under this man's scrutiny, my own heart wavers. Now struggling to find the words. I don't need to answer that, or right do you have?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't need to answer that, maybe.
Oh wait, we've already seen the store's name. Zarbucks.
Maybe I don't need to answer that? I don't know. Yeah, I guess. However, those are for me to ponder on. This Arsh doesn't need to hear them, and neither is he entitled to them, just because he dished out some profound-sounding life wisdom no one asked for. So I look away, hoping my own silence would be enough of an answer for him. And it is, for a moment. Up until warm, fierce tears prickled behind my eyes, stinging, begging for release along with every other frustration this dumb talk has built up in me. All because of this man. I hate him. I hate the fact that he has to be the one to see me in this sorry state. I'm already expecting another bar from him when his expression shifts. Except he panics. In a span of 3 seconds, his expression changes from indifferent to concerned to utter panic. It'd probably have been funny if I weren't so irked by the sight of this. What is that? How do you say that?
Glycid? I have no idea. I think it's Scottish.
Hey, are you crying? Are you going to cry? You
oh
stopped
my
that.
god, Tio Luke, what the fuck did you do to her? What the hell
You
is
stop that
wrong
right
with
now,
you?
woman. Wow.
Oh yeah, that's the way to do it. Call her woman yet again. Yes.
Will you shut up? He closed it almost before I could finish. Whether this is due to the sudden force of my voice or how I look, I pretend not to think of it. He seems like a deer caught in headlights with the way he's making himself smaller in his seat. But I'm still pissed. Oop. I'm tired. If I can't punch him, I can at least scream at him. You're annoying You're annoying bag of...
Say it,
No.
say it, do it. You know you want to,
Do it. Okay. You're an annoying bag of dick, you know that?
Yes!
If I hear another word from you, I'm sewing that bloody mouth shut myself. It does do the trick. Not to the effect of a hope, but the moment I snapped at him, the stinging at the back of my eyes melts away, and a strange calm overcomes me. She said... I said it. A fragile thing when found in the middle of a busy coffee shop. Nevertheless, it's appreciated considering it doesn't last. Immediately broke on the very person that puts me in the state. With a few awkward pats on my shoulder. Thanks for the
Why are
hydrate
you
talk.
doing this to me? I got her to say it. And you punished me. What is this betrayal?
Thank you, Mocha. Done twice. Thrice. And another. Until my patience runs out again. I'm putting out the book from my bag, raising it, threatening over his head. The book. It'll surely dent his skull if it slams down at this height. Part of me wants to see that, but I restrain myself. He has the good sense to recoil, though. Surely, he shrinks back to his seat and waves his hand in front of him in a gesture of surrender. Watch that book, woman. I already warned you about your little threats. You don't want to see my brand of angry. then keep your hands to yourself. Alright, that's it. People these days, I swear, you treat them nicely and this is where it gets me. You're the last person I ever want to comfort me, even if we're the only two remaining people on Earth. Don't flatter yourself. Okay, have it your way, Daisy. Stop calling me Daisy! I have a name, you know? He mutters something inaudible under his breath, although afterwards he doesn't say anything further. For the next minute, he simply contents himself with making a mess out of the paper napkins, folding them into clean shapes without any clear intent before crumpling them in his hand when he loses interest and dumping them in a small pile in front of him. Our waiter serves our meal soon enough, and Kylie makes her way back to her table. But before I can take a single bite, he mutters something. The words spoken in the same tone he used since this morning, all under his breath, whenever the honest part of himself would show. Despite my rather confusing opinion of the man, I stopped short of shoving food in my mouth to look at him. His eyes are on his food as he speaks, busying himself with cutting a portion of meat on his plate. But what comes out of him only rings true against my ears, above the din of the coffee house. For what it's worth, Rebecca, I didn't ever think that's all there is to you. Why else would I leave my own goddaughter in your care if you're just some lovesick woman? He spears a piece of his food, pops it into his mouth, and that's it. One whole day with this man, and I still can't figure out what his deal is. But for what it's worth, as well, I don't think he's an entirely bad guy. The rest of our meal slips by in silence afterwards. Aside from Kylie's occasional chatter, the whole dinner goes by without another word exchanged between the two of us. Somehow, we managed to make it through the whole thing without triggering another tension-riddled conversation. A good thing, perhaps. One, because Kylie's sitting in front of us, and two, I probably won't be able to hold a proper conversation with my mind heavy with thoughts. We depart from the coffee house just as the evening crowd starts to thin out. Alright, I think this one, it will be over. I don't know if this is the end. I was thinking it's gonna be end, but it's not of hers. Chapter. The same wordless silence fills our short walk back to the school. Except for when Luke gestures at the nearby flower shop and enters it without waiting for Kylie and I. He emerges minutes after carrying a bouquet of daffodils with the same softened expression back on his face. Unlike the previous ones, he tucks this one away almost as soon as he looks up at us, a moment he's not willing to share. At my confusion, he merely answers with a shrug and continues walking. For someone important. Except for what it is, if only because he doesn't owe me an explanation. It does leave more questions about him, each one as baffling as the previous ones.
No!
Thanks, Conrad. Those are the last words
Chad,
spoken
I've
this
done
evening.
something so special for you. And this is how you treat me? I can't believe it.
Up until I arrive home, I still can't understand him. Here, however, a whole different set of questions await me. Much like everything today, it comes with the littlest of things. A lone note greets me upon reaching my unit's door, its edges fluttered lightly against the faint warm breeze passing through the small complex. My hand stops short of twisting knob as I stare at it, though I don't make any moves to take it. Ashton's neat script lines its surface. The message he left short and straight to the point, but not without the underlying hint of friendship. Dropped by earlier. You went around. Any ideas where Scaredy Cat is?
Do you want me to...
Yeah, go ahead.
Dropped by earlier. You weren't around. Any ideas where Scaredy Cat is? Couldn't contact her. Inspector Abigail has a few questions. LPD stuff, something about her dead coworkers. Anyway, let me know how the two of you have been doing. I'll see you later. Ash. Winky smiley face with a star extending out. Stop it!
Thank you, Minami. He's looking for Isabella,
Oh,
apparently.
damn. I'm out of water, and that was the drop of water in the entire world. Oh,
It's okay. This is like... we're probably reaching, like, towards the end. Something about LPD's investigation of her co-worker's death, but ends its former tone by checking on me. Us. Any other day, the former part of his message would likely prod at the piercing envy I'd been holding, while the latter will probably send my heart aflutter. Slow things from him that I want to mean something more. Yet this time, only guilt fills me, and my eyes briefly shift towards Isabella's empty unit. Luke's words repeat inside my head as I do so. For what it's worth, Rebecca, I never think that's all there is to you. Why else would I leave my own goddaughter in your care if you're just some lovesick woman? Have I always been like this? This selfish? In truth, I've intended to call Ash after that dinner. If I didn't catch him here, invite him to that party like I planned. There's time, and he's still probably awake at around this hour. But my hands won't move, and perhaps it's for the better. Until I've had the time to think this through, it'd be best if I distance myself from those I've been clinging tightly to. Find a different perspective, and see things for what they are. With a soft sigh, I reached for the note and crumpled it under my hand. The knob twists open with much ease when I enter this time. Maybe after some introspection, it'll be easier. For tomorrow, I have that woman in the mansion to worry about. Okay, we are gonna probably end it now because it's still going. Okay.
A new day has started. That does
Oh
seem like a good
gosh.
stopping place.
Yeah, that's a good one. Alright, let me move us on to the just chatting room. And let me exit out of the game over here. We made a lot of progress. That's good. We had a lot of your Kylie's role playing. That was great. But yeah, thank you. Thanks again everyone for watching.
By the way,
Thanks-
when we left
Huh?
that restaurant, I totally stole that book of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
You probably
and
did.
the one about Jack the Ripper.
I like how like she was so busy looking at stuff that she didn't hear like the whole like the situation or like the argument that was going on.
Since I'm out of water, I guess I'll just have to resort to Fanta.
Oh no! No. It's okay. We're like
delicious.
at the end. But yeah, so thank you again for all of the raids earlier. For Mame, Lack. I think I'm missing a few. Stoat?
Yeah,
I feel like
Stoat.
another raid. Yeah, I think that's it. Yes.
Mame Lock rated with Stoat,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. But yeah, it's quite
I
fun.
think that's it.
Yeah, I think there's 3. Hopefully I'm not missing. Was it bonk for
Stop
me?
bonking me!
Oh, that's bonk for Doc. Okay. I would. Let's see.
Oh. Do you want somebody to raid?
Yeah, we can raid. You have someone
let's
in
see.
mind?
Oh, Misuki VT is playing the letter.
I can't raid myself.
You have no idea how many times I like look for somebody to raid, and I almost suggest somebody raid themselves.
That's okay.
Let's see. Okay, wow. There's a fair few people that are on tonight. How about let's see. Guys, let me type.
That's
Please.
okay. It's okay. If it's a lot, you can probably just do like maybe just one person.
Yeah. Wait. Oh God, how do I spell it?
It's
okay,
okay.
great. Okay. There we go.
Okay. We can do oops. Hold on, I don't want to try to get it's hard to see it from here, hold on. Oops. Okay, we can read Glitch Kitten. Oh, hold on. Let me get that started. Interesting. It looks like they're playing Arcade Spirits. I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, let me just get that ready and there we go.
Did you know that the apparently the server that I'm currently connected to watch your Twitch stream is
Mhm.
located in Sweden.
Oh, what?
Not sure why it connected me to a server in Sweden rather
That's
than one
weird.
more locally, but
What? Okay, that's kind of strange. But okay. All right. Thank you. Thanks again for joining me, Doc and Sis. It's always been really fun. We're almost like it's taking a while, but maybe by the end of the year we might finish the letter. Maybe.
yeah.
That's okay. We're taking our time. Yeah. Thanks for being here, Mocha. I hope everyone has a good rest of your week, a good weekend, because it's getting closer to the weekend. And good rest of your day, rest of your night too. And next week, I think I might stream. Maybe we'll see. But I'm not sure what to stream. We'll figure it out. Okay, it's gonna go now. Okay, all right, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.
See you next. Well, see you.
Wait. I got an idea. I know
What?
something funny.
Oh,
funny.
it's gonna go.
Alright,
Okay.
I'll-
Okay. Oh.
Booba.
No, no, no! Oh.